High school baseball is on ETC3, and today it's the White County Warriors taking on the Gilmer Bobcats in Ellijay. Hello and welcome to the Community Bank of Pickens County pregame show, Community Bank, we can make a difference. Dave Garner, Sid Pulliam with you right here on the ETC3 Game of the Week, and of course high school baseball, the theme. And Sid, glad to be back with you here. A little bit of a layoff for a couple weeks, but the Bobcats back on here tonight, taking on a White County team that we saw last week right here on the Game of the Week. Of course, taking on the Pickens Dragons in Jasper. Pickens won that game 4-3, so White County hoping to come in here and get it done today against another 5-15 rival, but the Gilmer Bobcats with other thoughts as well.
Oh, definitely. This would be a must-win for the Bobcats to statistically stay in the hunt for the fourth spot in the playoffs. And the Cats, they're ready to play right now.
Still very much alive, as you said, and of course Gilmer may need some help in that fourth spot, but nonetheless they can only control their own destiny right now and let the other parts fall where they may here over the last week or so of the baseball season. It looks like a pretty good pitching matchup today. It looks like Mickey Weaver will indeed get the start for the Gilmer Bobcats, and Justin Satterfield warming up for White County a second ago. There's you get a look at Weaver. So two pretty good guns going at it.
Oh, definitely. The coaches know the importance of this game, and you got to put your best out there right now. And Coach Thurman for the Cats, he's putting Mickey, which is probably his ace right now on the staff, foremost spot in the lineup tonight.
Weaver's actually only pitched a couple of innings in the last few games, saving him for this game against White County, so it should be fun. Good afternoon here. There has been a threat of rain all day. It's sprinkled on and off a little bit here and there, but for the most part it's been dry, and hopefully that will be the theme here throughout the afternoon as we get ready to crank it up. No talking to some of the White County coaches. There was some rain in Cleveland, Georgia earlier today, so they weren't sure about it either, but looks like we're going to get it in. Hopefully we'll stay dry.
No, I think so. Just from my own experience with the weather, the way it looks right now, my forecast is we'll get it in.
Well, there we go.
The field could use a little bit of water on it, but not a whole lot.
Exactly.
It wouldn't hurt it none at all.
All right. Well, your forecast is good enough for me. If you say it's going to be dry, then I'm gonna take your word for it.
Well, that's good. You're the only one today that's taking my word.
Well, you're going to look at our officiating crew here today. Our umpires, of course, who will be calling the action for you, and we're going to call the action for you today right here on ETC3 again. High school baseball coming your way. Again, you've been watching the Community Bank of Pickens County pregame show. The Cats and the Warriors coming up from Ellijay when we return. Welcome back to Gilmer High as we get set to rock and roll here. Again, high school baseball, the theme here today. Dave Garner, Sid Pulliam with you on the ETC3 Game of the Week. As we mentioned, a little threat of rain in the area, but so far things are dry, and it looks like we're getting set for the first pitch. Let's go ahead and take a look at your starting lineup today, again being presented by the Mitchell Realty Group. Again, Mitchell Realty, land, commercial, and residential properties for White County. The second baseman, Brent Oliver, will lead things off. He'll be followed by Mark Umberger, who gets to start at third base today. Adam Kastner is the center fielder hitting third. Jordan Fincher behind the plate today hitting cleanup. Mark Garst is the first baseman. Nick Palmer DHing for the pitcher, Justin Satterfield. Jacob Spain getting to start in right field with Brian Cantrell in left, and Nathan Reinhardt rounding out the starting nine. Again, the shortstop for White County. Defensively for the Gilmer Bobcats, Parks, Cochran, and Gill left to right in the outfield. Again, Josh Gill with the start in right field. Manning's at third base. West at short. Casey Bearden at second. Banks at first. Cody Bearden behind the plate. And again, Mickey Weaver on the hill today for the Gilmer Bobcats. Sid, as we get ready to crank it up here again, Gilmer still statistically and mathematically alive, as we talked about, for that fourth and final playoff spot here, so a lot on the line.
Oh, yes, definitely. The Cats need this win desperately, and it shows in Coach Thurman's picking Mickey Weaver to start the game today.
And as we mentioned in the pregame show there, again, Mickey only tossing 2 innings in the past week or so, trying to save him for as long as they could. Of course, he and Lindsey May have split a lot of the time on the hill this year and looked pretty solid.
Oh, definitely. Lindsey and Mickey have done a great job for the Bobcats this year, and they've had some good fill-in pitchers throughout the year, and with Josh Gill the last game, Coach Thurman was very high on him.
So Weaver set to wheel and deal here. Again, this is Brent Oliver, the leadoff hitter, and Weaver starts him out upstairs, ball 1.
Mickey seems to be a little strong to start the game with it being high pitch. During his warm-ups, he threw one about our eyeball high, I think, just to make sure we was awake.
There's another one upstairs right there, 2-0. Once again, 3-12 down the lines here, 3-31 in the alleys, and looks like about 340 to a straightaway center field, about 338 on the sign.
Oh, it's definitely a good little poke to hit it out of center field. And today there's no wind, so don't know if that's proved good for the pitcher, I'd say.
Weaver connects right there for a strike as you get a look at Oliver. As we mentioned, of course, the White County Warriors making their second appearance on the ETC3 Game of the Week this year. Of course, they were on last week. We had them on in Jasper. And, of course, looked good early on in that ball game. Led 1-0 for a while. Pickens was able to tie that ball game up and eventually take the lead. The Warriors with a little bit of a seventh-inning rally made it close and actually left the tying run at third base to end the game there. But a team very capable of playing with anybody.
Yeah, I think it was Satterfield that was the pitcher. I think
yep.
He's been the victim of, like Mickey Weaver this year, very little run support to go with a low ERA. And sometimes that happens with your best pitchers. Your players just don't seem to hit for you.
Strike three right there as Weaver battles back. Oliver goes down swinging for out number one. Good hard pitch right there, good fastball.
Oh, definitely. A lot of movement there late. Mickey seems to be putting all that rest that he had into the pitching today. That's good.
So in will step Mark Umberger, the third baseman. Again, the first inning of today's game being brought to you by Regions Bank of Ellijay. Let us lend you our strength. Once again, we welcome Regions Bank back aboard with us here.
Umberger, that's a good name for a pro baseball player. You never see any just Smith-Jones hardly, even though we got two Jones on the Braves team, but Umberger, that sounds like a pro ball player.
There you go. There you go. Weaver also connecting on that one. Mickey bearing down right here in this first inning. Quickly jumps ahead 0-2.
Well, that's been one of Mickey's strengths all year. He's very consistent with his pitching. He's around the plate all the time and walks very few, and he's going to make you put the ball in play or miss it once.
Pop straight up to the net right there. So the count remains the same, 0-2. Dave Garner, Sid Pulliam with you. One out here, top of the first. And the 0-2 pitch on the way from Weaver. Ground ball to second. Chance for Casey Bearden, who gloves it. Throws on to first and in time for out number 2.
That's one thing the Bobcats defense has been, solid all year long. Coach Sturman was very high on the defense first of the year. They've been fundamentally sound at the start of it, and they've continued that, throughout the year.
So in steps Adam Kastner, the center fielder. Kastner had a hit last week in the ball game. But Weaver trying to sit him down 1-2-3 here in the first inning. There's a shot. Oh, just inside the line and beyond the outstretched glove of Banks into the corner in right field. Kastner again rounding the bag will head on into second with a 2-out double.
Cameron Banks just barely missed that ball. He was just offline just a little bit, which that's where you're going to be playing this early in the game. And just another foot over, he'd have gloved that ball.
Of course, Gill getting the start in right field. Pretty good little throw to get that ball in there.
Oh, definitely. Gill's got a strong arm. He's, like I said a while ago, he pitched a little bit the last game, and Coach Sturman's very high on him. He's a good glove in the outfield, and I would be surprised if he didn't throw somebody out, either going to third or home.
So White County with a base runner here. Kastner doubles with 2 out, and will step Jordan Fincher, the catcher, who's also swings a pretty big bat as well. He went hitless in the game last week there, but batting in that cleanup spot, you got to keep your eye on him.
Oh, definitely. Anybody in the cleanup spot's usually your RBI guy, and you got to make him honest. But you don't have to pitch him. You got a base open, a couple bases actually, and Mickey don't have to give in.
1-0 pitch, just missing outsider out there. 2-0. Once again, we'd like to welcome all the viewers and sponsors for being with us. High school baseball winding down here. Not a lot of games left for anybody as the playoff race really heats up around Region 7.
I know it's unfortunately it's been a month since we've been on with me. You've been on with me, and I've missed the time of just coming up here watching. But I come up here and watch the game all the time, but not to get in this view I've got right now.
Spring, of course, winding down. We've had some high school soccer, of course, track and field on the airwaves as well here at the ETC3, and now back to baseball action. It's been a very busy spring season. Here's the 2-1 pitch right here, and that one just missing. A little low and away right there, so 3-1.
Mickey needs to make him hit his pitch. You don't have to give in to him, and this is good. I think this is good pitching by Mickey and Cody behind the plate there. Don't give in. Make him hit your pitch.
3-1 pitch right here, swinging a miss, so a full count, 3-2.
That's good. Mickey's keeping him away on the outside corner there. Nothing to drive.
Big pitch coming up right here. Again, a base open at first, as you mentioned, so no big deal right here, but you know Weaver'd love to pitch on out of it.
Sure, but he's got to stay within himself, and that'd be good.
3-2, little nubber. Derek West is there and gloves it for out number 3, so a soft liner there. And that's it, a base runner, but no runs as we go to the bottom half of the first. Cats coming up. Taking a look at the lineup for the Gilmer Bobcats, again being presented by Mitchell Realty Group. Josh Cochran in center field would lead things off. Will be followed by Josh Gill, again getting the start in right. Derek West, the shortstop, hitting third. Mickey Weaver, the pitcher, batting in the cleanup spot today, followed by Cameron Banks at first. Cody Bearden again behind the plate. Troy Parks in left field. Casey Bearden at second. And Lindsey May DHing today for the third baseman, Dale Manning. Defensively for the Warriors, as you get a look at the outfield, Cantrell, Kastner, and Fain. Umberger at third with Reinhardt at short. Oliver at second. Garth at first. Fincher behind the plate. And Justin Satterfield, again, throwing the first pitch right here. Again, Satterfield, a lefty. 5-2 record going into the Pickens game. Got pinned for the loss there, so 5-3. Since that ball game there, he steps in here today as the Warriors ace.
I tell you what, I was sitting here watching him warm up. He's got some good stuff, and the Cats might have their hands full. But then there goes Josh getting a good hit.
Josh Cochran into center field for a base hit, and he is one guy that has really stepped it up, worked his way into the starting lineup, and a big leadoff hit right there. His average really hit it up.
Definitely. He had kind of struggled to start the year, but we'd made a comment, I think, first game that he had done real good last year, especially ending up the season. And we knew that he'd be around here at this time of the year, and he's really come through for the Cats at the end of the season.
So in steps Josh Gill now, the lefty. Again, lefty versus lefty right here. Showing bunt. Umberger in at third, lays off, takes the ball. Trying to manufacture some runs here.
Yep. The Cats have had a little bit of trouble putting back-to-back hits together and scoring runs, and Coach Thurman's trying to manufacture one. You're exactly right.
Again, Cochran, the runner at first. Squaring once again, lays down the bunt. Umberger, the third baseman, looked at second, but the play's at first, and they do retire Gill, but a sac bunt right there, nicely done.
Now, beautiful bunt by Josh Gill. Made third baseman make the play, but didn't. He kind of took a little bit off the bunt there and kind of hopped 2 or 3 times, and no play at second. Good bunt.
So in steps Derek West right here again. West also hitting in the 300s this year. Has done pretty well and has a run in scoring position with 1 out.
Yeah, he's been kind of the clutch hitter through the first part of the season. He's kind of slacked off just a little bit.
Ground ball, glove by Umberger. Good play there. Throws on to first, long throw. They're not going to get him again. Derek West moves down the line pretty well, to say the least, and was able to beat that out. A good play, though, by Umberger at third. Not bad to knock it down. That could have been a run right there.
Oh, excellent play to save a run. That would definitely been a run right there. Derek getting down the line real quick. Not many players. I mean, it had been a real slow runner to get that one, and Derek was moving down the line just right out of the batter's box real fast.
So in steps Mickey Weaver. 2 aboard now, first and second. Nobody out here at the bottom of the first. Cats trying to draw first blood here on their home turf. Again, first inning being brought to you by Regions Bank of Ellijay. And the first pitch to Weaver's in there for a strike, 0-1.
If he hangs one across the plate a little bit higher, Mickey might just make him pay for that one. Mickey's got a good little compact swing, and that was almost in his wheelhouse.
Satterfield again with some good stuff. Pickoff play to second, and it rolls into center field. Not far enough, though. Again, Cochran unable to advance there.
I tell you what, I didn't see the second baseman coming over. I thought it was the second in center field before it even went.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was over there. Looked like it was headed that way.
Well, the second baseman got over there real quick. I mean,
yeah.
That was good for him.
Knocked it down. Satterfield set as you get a look at Cochran, the runner at second. And the pitch, ground ball to the right side, will be handled by Garst, but the runners will move up a base there, so kind of productive, if you will. Takes away the force, puts both guys in the scoring position.
Definitely, that's a good out. I mean, nobody wants to make an out, but you can have good outs and you can have bad outs. And he was hitting behind the runners, which is good. Unfortunately, they pitched it through a knuckleball, what it looked like, and Mickey was a little ahead on that one. Hewed it off the end.
So in steps Cameron Banks now.
Cameron's been a clutch hitter for him this year. The last game I was able to get to watch, North Hall, he come through for him in the final at bat, won the game for him with a single, and which really showed a lot about him and also how this team never gives up at the end.
Cochran again with the lead off third. Derek West, the runner at second. Two out here, bottom of the first, no score, and the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss right there. A good pitch by Satterfield, who led off of it there a little bit.
Yeah, he took a little bit off that one, and Cameron's way ahead of that one.
One thing the Cats have really done well in the last couple weeks of the season is put the bat on the ball, and a lot of strikeouts. That was one thing that the Cats really wanted to cut down on this year. There's a shot into the gap in right center. It's going to get down for a hit. One run will score. West around third. He will score. Banks racing into second with a stand-up double. 2 outs, and 2 come home, and the Cats are up 2-0.
That's the way to go, Cameron. That's the way to make it look good. I just said you're the clutch hitter.
Well, a big hit early on right here for the Cats, who have put up some runs of late. Again, the offense has struggled, but what we were talking about was the fact that, trying to cut down on the strikeouts this year, and I believe it was Flowery Branch recently where the Cats went the entire ball game without striking out, and Coach Thurman was talking about how long it had been probably since that had happened around here.
Oh, definitely. The Cats had been struggling.
Ground ball to short, booted by Reinhardt. Everybody's safe as Banks heads on over to third, so they're at the corners.
That's a tough play for the shortstop, but one he should have probably made. But going back to the Bobcats hitting, that was one thing Coach Thurman, he'd give him credit and also the players credit. They worked hard, every day they could, working on their hitting. They knew what they was doing wrong. I mean, but just knowing it and doing it to fix it is a kind of two different things. And give them a lot of credit. They worked hard, and like Coach Thurman said, that he's very proud of their effort to cut down on the strikeout. Putting the ball in play is half the battle.
Troy Parks, the left fielder, steps in there now. Again, 2 in for the Cats here in the bottom of the first. Strike blood there, striking first blood. Cody Bearden, of course, was the hitter there a while ago, put that ball in play to the left side there, and now Travis Taylor again into a courtesy run for Bearden.
Bobcats are hitting the ball hard today. Already, you can already see the difference in them from the last game that we had. I mean, they're hitting it square. Some shots, and that's real good, real good.
Satterfield's got some good control, and so he's going to be around the plate.
Definitely, you can be comfortable in there. You
Yep.
don't have to be looking outside or looking inside or looking high or low. If he's going to be right around the plate, you can kind of zone in real quick.
2 outs again on the corners. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss right there by Parks. So 1-2 as Satterfield gets a hit here. Warriors just trying to get out of the inning without any further damage, but again, the Cats with another run possible just 90 feet away here.
Troy Parks, first of the season, he was the clutch guy, for the Bobcats, and it'd be nice for him to pick up one more run anyway.
Runner going to second, throw down there, and it's going to be in time. Taylor is cut down at second, and no double steal. They're a straight steal, but the Cats do play 2. They lead it 2-0 as we go to the second. Again, high school baseball is here on ETC3. We'll be right back. 2-0 the score on the Denson Heating and Air scoreboard as we go to the top half of inning number 2. Again, Dave Garner, Sid Pulliam with you on the ETC3 Game of the Week. Mark Garst to lead it off for the White County Warriors. And the Gilmer Bobcats striking for 2 in the bottom half of the first on a big double from Cameron Banks into the gap there in right center field that scored Josh Cochran and Derek West, and that's where we're at right now as Mickey Weaver goes back to work on the hill. First pitch popped up but out of play to the right side there.
Yeah, the Bobcats, bottom of the first inning, they was, like I said a while ago, they were hitting the ball real square, and that makes a difference, all difference in the world. And that's a good look at how far they've come so far.
Garst 2 for 3 in the game last week, had a double in the second inning there and would eventually score the run, and that was the only run for White County until the 7th inning of that game. Warriors, though, since they've lost a couple straight, they lost to North Hall in a very tight ball game. Of course, the Trojans sitting at number 2 right now in the region standings, but lost a game that Coach Bailey said they probably shouldn't have against Chestatee and just didn't hit the ball very well.
Yeah, North Hall's got a good ball team. That I saw them play up here against Bobcats, and they were down 5-0 or 5-1, and one of the kids hit a grand slam in the top of the 7th and tied it up.
Swing and a miss right there, so 2-2. The count evens up. Again, the second inning being presented by Brenda Evans Designs for all your furniture and decorating needs. And the 2-2 pitch from Weaver is a little low right there, so a full count, 3-2. Garth got some size there, some height.
Yeah, he's a good-looking kid, just like a ball player. You just got some kids that just look like they get out there and just want to play. You got some that just actually look like real ball players.
Hard hit ball to short, and West unable to field it. Comes off the glove there. That's a tough one to score right there. Tried to backhand that ball, but boy, that dirt is tough out there at short.
Yeah, as a coach, you prefer him to try to get his body in front of it, but we're not the ones taking it off the chest either. Derek knows how fast that ball comes off the dirt, so he didn't really want anything done out about his dental work either.
Yeah.
So that'd be a tough one.
Nick Palmer, the DH, in there now, it looks like. Square into bunt right here. And that one's tipped. Must have swapped jerseys on us. He was listed as number 10 in the lineup there, but number 37 here. And no other 37 in the on the roster there, so we're going to assume that this is Nick Palmer.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't know the players of the program, then if you have a program, you still don't know the players.
There you go. Chopper to short. Derek West waits on it, throws to second for one. And the throw to first is off the mark there. Good job, though, by Cody Beard and the catcher to back that ball up there, and that keeps Palmer at first, but they do cut down the lead runner at second.
Definitely. Excellent play by Cody Beard. I mean, he was getting down the line pretty good. That says a lot about the runner. He wasn't running too fast, and Cody beat him down there almost. As a coach, you want him to really get it, to hustle out as a hitter, but Cody did a great job right there.
West at short had to wait on that ball there on the short hop, otherwise they might have had a chance for two there.
Right, that wasn't a double play ball, but West did a good job of fielding it, making the right play to second base, cutting down the lead runner.
Jacob Fain stands in there now, the right fielder, again getting the start in right today. Runner at first, one out here at the top of the second. Dave Garner, Sid Pulliam with you. You get a look at Mickey Weaver. Delivers the 1-0 pitch. It's inside, 2-0.
Mickey's doing a good job of keeping the hitters off balance already early in the game, and you can tell right now Mickey's got a game plan of what he wants to do, and that's good. I like players that have an idea what they want to do when they get out there. Take suggestions from the coach at times, but be thinking for yourself.
2-0 pitch from Weaver right here. Fouled out of play, so 2-1. Again, Coach Jeff and Rodney Thurman, the coaches for the Gilmer Bobcats. Coach Stuart Bailey, the head coach of White County in his second season with the Warrior program, and this is a program that has really come a long way in a few years. So we were talking before the game and last week about how they had a stretch there 3 or 4 years where they only had 9 combined wins, and they've got 10 already this year alone in just his second season. Has done a great job.
That says a lot about the coaching. I mean, you got to have good players, but you got to have good coaching, know what to do with them.
Little hit and run right there. Fain trying to get a piece of that one, put it in play to the right side there, but fouled it off. So Palmer will retreat back to a first there. Yeah, Stuart Bailey, of course, they coach at Truett McConnell at the college level there for a little while and was looking to go maybe a little closer to Atlanta, move into town there, but the White County job came open right next door there, and was persuaded by some people to take that job there, and so he took it and has certainly made the most of it.
Yeah, good for them. They've got a good coach, it seems like, and I know he's happy to stay closer to home.
Palmer with the lead off first. Weaver set, throws to first. Pickoff play there was awfully close, but Palmer safe sliding in.
Yeah, Palmer, I've been noticing, he's getting a good lead right now, and they better keep him close.
Yeah, Mickey's got a pretty good move over there.
Right. One more step, Mickey would have had him.
2-2 pitch is to the plate. A little low there, so 3-2. Another 3-2 count here. We've seen a few of those early on.
Yeah, Mickey's trying to be a little bit too fine, but he's got a game plan, and he'll come back after the hitter real quick.
We talked about just 2 innings of work this week so far coming in. They've kept him pretty fresh. I think he threw probably 20 pitches in those 2 innings earlier this week. That's about it. So he should be pretty fresh.
Yeah, when he is rested, he's really got some pop.
Payoff pitch, low and inside right there for ball 4. So first and second now with 1 out, and that'll bring up the left fielder Brian Cantrell. First walk issued in the ball game. You'll look at Fain, the runner at first. Cantrell steps in there now, again getting the start in left. Palmer, the runner at second, and the pitch is upstairs, 1-0.
We're fixing to have a funeral for a fly here in a minute.
Yeah, it keeps buzzing around us here pretty good, I tell you.
I don't know if it's me or what.
Well, we haven't been here in a few weeks, so, you know, these press box stayed closed up and open it up, and there's a bunch of dead bugs in there. There's a shot into the gap in right center field. It's going to fall in there. Gill up with it, but a runner around third. That's Palmer, and he will score. And Wide County has cut that 2-0 lead in half, now 2-1, and still on the corners with just one out.
Cantrell did a good job of just hitting the ball with the pitch, and Josh Gilmer did a great job getting over the ball real quick to hold him to just one run. That ball could have got to the to the fence if he hadn't cut it off.
So the Warriors trying to fire back here. Here in steps Nathan Reinhardt, the shortstop, getting 2 hits in the inning so far for the Warriors. And all of a sudden, White County trying to put together a scoring threat, much like the Bobcats did in the bottom of the first here.
Yeah, the Bobcats made a good little Sunday hopper to the second baseman on a shortstop turn 2, get him out of the inning.
Yep.
6-4-3 double play would be great right now.
They certainly have some guys that can do it, and now looks like Coach Jeff Thurman's going to come out of the dugout here and bring his infield in and talk to Mickey Weaver here a little bit. Indeed, waving everybody in right here. And if I tell you what, if it's one infield that can get it done, it certainly is this one right here. Derek West has been solid, and Casey Beard, and we've seen him turn a few this year.
Definitely. They've got a good little double play combination going on, and you know, Casey's not afraid to stay in on the bag when the runner's bearing down on him, and does a good job turning double play, and Derek as well. And they both feed each other the ball quick enough and in time and in a position to make the play, and they do a great job. But they work on it. I mean, that's something that you just don't do it all, you know, by having athletic ability. You have to work on that part of it also, and they do.
Talking to Chad Forehand before the game there, and you know he's not a real big guy, and I saw his glove. He's got this real small little infield glove, and I said, how do you get your hand in that thing? But he said it helps him turn those double plays quicker. Indeed. So.
Oh, definitely. You don't want a big when you got to go into your glove real quick and get the ball out real quick. You want a small glove, something just to all it is something that's actually just catch the ball just a little bit. You know, the outfielders can have the big deep glove.
Big web. Runner going right there, throw is high. Now a double steal is cut off. The throw back home is a little up the line there and unable to make the tag as Spain comes in there. So White County does play another run, and they tie it up 2-2 on the Denson Heating and Air scoreboard.
Good thought. Execution wasn't right there. Casey's ball kind of sailed up on him, coming back to home with it. If they hadn't done that, I believe that they had the runner coming home. Unfortunate.
Yeah, Fane got a little bit of a late jump over there at third. It didn't look like a double steal there momentarily. Actually let the throw go all the way down there, then kind of broke. And, yeah, a little bit closer throw, and he would have been out. But nonetheless, a tie ball game now, and a runner at second. And that one just missing right there, so 2-0, awfully close.
Yeah, that was, I don't know where it was at. The umpire didn't think it was where it was at.
Twos all across the board here. Again, the second inning, 2-2 score. Runner at second. And there's a shot, and Weaver gloves it. Going to throw on to third, and they've got the lead man over there, and they're going to call him safe. Dale Manning looked like he made the tag there, but the field umpire called him safe, as saying that I guess he missed the tag or something. And now they just threw. Well, they threw somebody out. I'm not sure who they threw at. It looked like Coach Rodney Thurman may have just got ejected.
I believe Rodney gets an early shot over tonight. That was not didn't look to me like it was a close play at all. Looked to me like he had him, but, you know, I didn't have the benefit of being right there on him. And maybe it might be good for the Bobcats. Maybe just ask for help on that one. Because, I mean, that's not actually his call, I don't think. I think it's the home plate umpires.
Well, Rodney Thurman's going to have to leave the ballpark right here, and that one got him fired up there off the bench there. And Coach Jeff Thurman, I thought originally they threw Jeff out of the ball game there because he came walking out, and I was like, wow, he must have said something, but it was indeed Rodney there. So back to action here nonetheless, and again on the corners with one out when it's all said and done.
Yeah, well, I mean, the runner at third knew he was out. He was walking in the dugout. I mean, that's kind of a telltale sign.
Yeah.
You know, that's unfortunate.
Runner again going to second, throw down to third, though, trying to pick him off there, and in the runner back there, no steal that time there. Cantrell again, the runner at third.
And it's also unfortunate that Coach Rodney got ejected, because now he's got to miss a couple more games. I think the rule is if you get ejected, you got to miss the next 2. I think it's the same as the players as it is the coaches.
I believe you're right. Yeah.
And being you only got one other coach, I mean, you only got one coach, that's tough. We talked about that before the game. So, Coach Jeff's got to.
Gonna have to do it all alone. Well, the JV, thank goodness the JV season, I guess, is over with. So pretty much the focus is on the varsity. But yeah, we're talking about, the other day when the Cats played East Hall and how the Vikings had 5 varsity coaches, and it certainly helps to have more coaches focusing on different areas. But yeah, it's pretty much just been the Coach Thurman's. That pair has pretty much ran the entire program this year.
Oh, definitely, and it is hard. It's hard to when you've got several coaches. It's hard sometimes, but when you only got 2, you can't position players a lot of times. We talked about that a while ago, and players get out of position, not because you don't know how to do it. It's just that sometimes you're concentrating on something else, and by the time you get around to looking, the play's over, and the player gets caught out of position and everything else.
Ground ball into right field for a base hit. That's going to bring in another as Cantrell scores, and now Nathan Reinhardt around third. Play at the plate is not in time. Bearden cut down. And 2-run score on the hit from Brent Oliver, the leadoff hitter, and White County with a 4-2 lead right here. 4 runs so far in the second inning.
Yeah, Cody took a hard hit right there coming down. Got his legs cut out from under him, come up in the air, and that's a very dangerous play, but there was nothing cheap about it. That's just unfortunate, player coming in and sliding, and because he's supposed to slide, at the plate. When there's a play, and Cody just unfortunately got knocked down and got back up, though. That's good.
It's one of those plays right there in football. You tell that quarterback, hey, get that ball down. You're going to get me killed.
Exactly. Next time let me throw it to you.
Yeah, there you go. Well, nonetheless, 4 in so far. Still just 1 out with a runner at first. Again, Oliver the runner there, and in steps Mark Umberger for the second time today, grounded out to second. His first time up. And throw down to first, pick off play, snap throw down there. Close.
Well, that's Cody just trying to get somebody back. Cats have been in this position before. Something kind of rattled them, and but they've always battled back. And they hadn't, they've lost composure just for a few minutes, but they get it back real quick.
Nice stop right there by Cody. Yeah, the way they've been scoring runs of late, 4-2 nothing right now this early in the game.
Right. Cats they got some potential to have a lot of runs on the board today. And this is not. That's one reason why Coach Thurman didn't bring the infield in early in the game, because he's expecting to score a lot of runs.
1-1 pitch right here. Back to the screen right there. 1-2. Get a look at Oliver retreating back to a first there again. Dave Garner, Sid Pulliam with you. A lot of action here in this inning. Brenda Evans Designs getting their money worth here as the inning sponsor.
That's right. It seems like every sponsor's getting a good inning throughout the year.
Should get a look in at Weaver. Has the sign here. And the 1-2 pitch. That one just a little high right there over the plate, 2-2.
Had some good break to it, but it did stay high.
Fans not having to wait for offense today in this one.
Nope, a lot of action.
Play pretty close over there. At first, it looked like may have caught Oliver in between steps there, and he just got back to the bag on his belly.
Mickey didn't give him his best move. If he had of, I think he'd have been out.
2-2 pitch right here, and that one's in there for strike 3, and that's the second out of the inning and the second strikeout of the day for Weaver, and it couldn't have come at a better time.
Oh, definitely. You got to stop the bleeding somehow. You got to do it by the strikeout. That's all you got. That's all you can do.
So in steps Kastner again, and this is the guy that had that double in the first. Kastner remained stranded at second there as Weaver was able to get Jordan Fincher to pop out there. But Kastner's already shown here today that he has the ability to put the bat on the ball here. Runner at first, 2 out in the inning.
Well, the White County has had some good licks against Mickey so far, and they're not scared of the speed or the curve, and they're doing a good job staying in there, and that's good for them. That's good coaching.
Let's get a look at the runner there, Oliver, with the lead at first. Weaver again quickly ahead, 0-2 here. And the pitch, that one's upstairs. Weaver a little high on some pitches today, and Got to wonder if maybe he's overthrown a little bit with the TV cameras there.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's kind of pressing just a little bit. He's overthrowing. That's a good way of looking at it.
Runners going here. Little hit and run though, and fouled back there. So again, Oliver will have to come on back. Count remains 1-2 there. White County trying to be very aggressive, and they're in a little bit of a slump right now offensively, and really, Coach Bailey trying to encourage those guys to really get the bat off their shoulder today and swing. The offense hasn't been there for these guys in the past few games, so they're really wanting to try to take advantage of every opportunity today.
Well, unfortunately, they've been doing it. Unfortunately for the Bobcats.
Yeah. Strike 3 right there, though, so Weaver comes firing back and gets 2 strikeouts in the inning, is third on the afternoon, but again, White County playing 4. They lead at 4-2 on the Denson Heating and Air scoreboard as we go to the bottom half. Some of the folks that have came to the ballpark today to check out the Gilmer Bobcats. Again, 4-2, White County on top as we go to the bottom half of inning number 2. Troy Park set to lead it off, followed by Casey Bearden and Lindsey May. Again, Dave Garner, Sid Pulliam with you, and a lot of action here so far. Good bit of offense, and the Cats now trying to answer here.
Yeah, if you like offense, this might be one of the games that you'll really like. And the Bobcats, they need it.
We've seen a lot of low-scoring games this year in LJ. We had seen a lot of high-scoring games in Jasper, but of last week we had a pitching duel, so maybe today we'll have some kind of an offensive onslaught here, trying to turn the tables. And, of course, speaking of, next week, the season finale for us right here on ETC3, our spring finale, will feature the Dragons and Cats in a most anticipated rematch, and I know that's going to be a fun one. Looking forward to that one.
Oh, definitely. And hopefully the Cats will still be in the playoff hunt. And I think, Pickens right now is sitting in third, and they've got a very good chance of being in the playoffs. But Cats can either be a spoiler or, participant.
Of course, Gilmer winning the first meeting between these two. Jumped out 11-0 in that ball game. Ended up closing it out 13-7. Dragons with a late comeback there, but the Cats able to close the door there. So I know the Dragons are wanting another shot at them there, and it should be a fun one.
Oh, definitely. Anytime you get the Pickens and Gilmer together, there's always going to be a high intensity, and the games always turn out to be good.
Troy Parks again stepping in here right now. Down to the count here, 1-2. Again, Justin Satterfield, the hurler for White County. That one popped up there. Again, Parks stays alive.
Troy has, kind of tapered off just a little bit with his hitting toward the end of the season. But he was, like I said earlier, he was the Bobcats' mainstay at top of the batting average, and but he's kind of tapered off just a little bit. But he's got very good hands, and I like this kid a lot.
Here's the 1-2 pitch once again. Getting fouled back to the screen there. Park stays alive. Good cut.
Oh yeah, he was right on that. Just missed it. Good timing.
So far cloudy here, but it looks like it's maybe letting up a little bit over there to our west.
Yeah, my forecast is going to hold true. I have confidence. Well, I can do about as good as some of the rest of them.
Oh yeah, definitely. 1-2, but in the dirt it gets away, so they'll have to throw him out. Get Fincher down to first, and Parks is retired. 4 out, number 1. Well, they say, if you don't like the weather in Georgia, wait 5 minutes and it'll change.
Oh, definitely.
That's the saying.
It's got to be a meteorologist's nightmare to work in Georgia. If you get it right, it's just going to be by luck. There's just no way of predicting it.
Partly cloudy with a chance of rain. That's always the generic forecast, and you can't go wrong with that, I guess.
Works most every day.
Well, in steps Casey Bearden, the second baseman, the lefties. You get a look at Satterfield here. Bearing down, and has a little bit of run support today here so far, so we'll have to see how that plays into as you get a look at Casey, who's been real solid at second base this year.
Oh, definitely. Casey's not, hit as well as he'd like, but he is very solid at second base. He's done a great job for the Bobcats. We talked about him turning double plays, but also making the plays that he needs to make routinely.
Number to third, Umberger up with it. He's going to have to hurry, though, and Casey going to beat it out at first base there. And talk about another guy that gets down the line pretty well there. Bearden certainly does, and he's aboard.
Good hustle, good hustle. Ball was not hit hard, but Casey had to, make that out of the box. As soon as he, hit the ball, he took off, and that's when you run all the way through the bag. That's good hustle, good effort.
Umberger, the third baseman there. Normally you charge a ball like that, but with the angle it was hit at towards the line, really couldn't charge that ball. Had to go at it east-west, and by the time he got there, it was too late.
Yeah, kind of cued off the end of the bat, and sometimes those don't go the direction you want them to when they hit the infield.
So in steps Lindsey May, again DHing today for Dale Manning, the third baseman. Again, Lindsey, as we mentioned, has split the pitching duties this year with Mickey Weaver, and some other guys have also pitched in as well, but those have really been the main two guns. But Lindsey May also really been the best hitter statistically for the Cats this year.
Right, he's leading the team. I don't know the average, but he's leading the team in hitting right now. Sometimes Lindsey can be an all or nothing swing, but when he hits it hard.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about it.
Hit a couple of home runs this year. Mickey Weaver's another guy too with some power. Takes that one right there upstairs. So 1-2. Right.
It'd be good if Lindsey could get a hold of one right here.
Casey again, the runner at first.
Good job of fighting that off. That come biting in on him, and Lindsey stayed right on that one, fought it off. That's a good piece of hitting. A lot of people don't realize, how hard it is to fight a pitch off when it's coming to bust inside. But he got the bat on the ball, real good, just stay alive.
One out, a runner at first, and the pitch. Another grounder to third. This one's going to roll foul, though. So May will have to come on back there.
That's good hustle by May down the line. I looked over and saw the ball to the third baseman. He was already at first base. That's good hustle. That's real good. He's run faster than I would give him credit for, but run faster than I would have run.
So again, May digs in right here. And the pitch. Another ball hit foul over towards the White County dugout there. So May staying alive right here, trying to put the ball in play with one out.
Looks like he's throwing something off speed to Lindsey, and Lindsey just kind of trying to fight it off. He's doing a good job so far.
Satterfield with the sign is set. And the 1-2 pitch outside. So 2-2. Grass nice and green here today.
I was just noticing the same thing. Good observation. That's just what I was thinking. It still has the waving rolls in the outfield, but it looks good.
Getting fouled out of play right there. And I tell you what, May's going to go through a whole box of baseballs here before he puts one in play here. He's already fouled 4 or 5 away here at this at bat. Really making Satterfield work right here. It's a good at bat.
Yeah, looks like Coach Thurman's kind of scared that May's going to kind of turn on one real fast. He's way off the line.
Yes, he has moved back in that batter's box. Goes down swinging right there, though. Satterfield able to get that one by May for the second out. That's his second strikeout.
Yeah, that's a good job. He kind of had him set up for that one. He was going away, and then kind of off-speed him in on him, and Lindsey swung right over top of it.
So Josh Cochran, the leadoff hitter, in there now, the center fielder. Had to hit his first time up there, and runner going, swinging a missile, hit and run there, throw is high. It's going to go. It's going to actually backed up by Reinhardt, the shortstop there. Pitcher went a little high on that one. So again, Casey in there with a stolen base at second.
Good job backing up by the shortstop. Center field about had to catch that one.
Yep.
And Casey got a good jump, and that's a good job of running on him. I didn't think they didn't expect Casey to be running, and it's hard to run off a left-hander, but they wasn't paying as much attention as they should have.
The 0-1 pitch is inside, 1-1. Yeah, those lefties. It's always tough. You always seem to shorten up your lead a little bit over at first base. It's always kind of that, as we've talked about, kind of that gray area where that leg in the direction it goes sometimes.
Oh, definitely. I say they balk all the time.
Yeah.
But if I'm the coach that's got the lefty-hander, no, he don't.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one in there for a strike. So 1-2. Satterfield gets ahead here. And a strike away, perhaps, from getting out of the inning.
Satterfield seems like a pitcher to me that he gets stronger as the game goes on, just by his delivery and his motion and everything. He's got a very easy delivery.
And that one gets away right there, and Beard on over to third. And boy, Cochran was lucky he didn't get plunked there.
I know it. I'd have been doing a little bit of acting there.
Had to do a little dancing, that's for sure. But again, Beard now just 90 feet away. And if Cochran can come up with another hit right here, the Cats will cut into that lead a little bit. But again, there are 2 out in the inning.
Josh has been one of the clutch hitters in the last few games, and let's see if he can come through this time.
2 outs, bottom of the second, runner at third. And the 2-2 pitch. Foul out of play to the right side there, so count remains the same here. We'll do it again.
That's good to see Josh. You know, he kind of struggled first of the year, and he kind of looked like he's down on himself. He's a totally different player this game. Just watching his demeanor, he's got a little bit of intensity to him, and he's really got confidence. What it looks like.
Eye of the tiger.
That's right. Sometimes you can make yourself, you know, do the wrong thing sometimes by just trying too hard and getting down on yourself. You ain't, like my son used to tell me, or like I tell my son, you know, don't get down on yourself. Let me do it. You know, that's my job.
2-2 pitch once again is low. Good stop there by Fincher, but 3-2 now the count. You do have a base open there at first to work with, so Satterfield certainly don't want to give him anything to hit here. Cochran knows that though, and with 2 strikes, he's got to protect the plate right here.
That's a good job laying off that pitch. That's not as easy one to lay off as some would think, especially when you want to hit. You really want to be geared up to swing the bat and want to get a hit, drive that runner in.
Cochran backs out there. Try not to let those pitchers get into too much of a rhythm there if you're the hitter.
Oh, definitely. That's a good strategy.
3-2 pitch right here. Shot to the right side, but Garst is in position for out number 3. And the Cats strand a runner at third base there, so nothing doing. Still 4-2 on the Denson Heating and Air scoreboard as we go to the top of the third. White County on top. We'll be right back. More fans that have filed into the old ballpark here today. Good-looking German Shepherd right there. As we go to the top of the third.
Pretty dog.
Yeah. Mickey Weaver set to go back to work here for the Gilmer Bobcats. Dave Garner, Sid Pulliam with you on the ETC3 Game of the Week. The Gilmer Bobcats and White County Warriors going at it. You get a look at Jordan Fincher, the catcher, who steps in there to lead off the third inning. Again, White County with a 4-2 lead right now. The Cats straining a runner at third in the bottom of the second there. Trying to cut into that, but it remains a 2-run ball game right now.
Yeah, the Cats just need to forget about the second inning all the way around, offensively and defensively. Everything that went on that end, not a good inning, so just move on from there and get them here.
Some high heat right there, swing and a miss. And Fincher probably wishes he had that one back.
Yeah, no, you're not going to hit too many of them up there, especially with as hard as Mickey throws. And but the ball looks like a basketball coming up there, and you want to hit it.
Hard to lay off those high ones, and then Weaver goes a little low and just misses low right there. Wanted that call.
Yeah, he just missed, and Mickey thought he had it there. But he don't need to be making too many faces at the umpire. Umpire's the one that calls it.
That's right. Count is 2-1. And the pitch right here, another high heat right there. That one a little bit closer in the zone there, but Fincher still came up empty.
Well, there's no sense in coming down any lower. If he's going to swing at that high, he ain't going to catch up with it. Let him try it again.
2-2 pitch by Weaver on the way. And that one on the corner for strike 3, the 4th strikeout of the afternoon for Weaver, and he's warming up.
Yep, that was good pitching. He still kept it up high, and but he kept it outside, so he couldn't get around on it no matter what.
In the third inning of today's game being brought to you by Gilmer County Bank. You've got a friend in the banking business. Want to welcome those guys back aboard with us here. Mark Garst steps in, the first baseman. Another high heat right there, and Garst comes up empty.
Well, they're all like to swing high at the high ball. That's okay. But as a coach, you want to tell him to let him make him get the ball down. He's having to struggle, lower the plate. So don't help him out any.
Garst with a hit, his first time up. As we mentioned, he had 2 hits last week in the ball game. And that one upstairs right there, but Garst plays off of it. 1-1 the count. Garst, of course, got the second inning started with a hit there.
Whew.
And that one to the backstop, a little 3D action right there. Get your 3D glasses out.
Really, I'm tired, Mickey. Don't do that.
Well, that'll wake you up real quick right there, I tell you.
Well, yeah. It was too late. I kind of moved after the fact.
Must have said something that he didn't like, I guess. I don't
probably
know.
so. Maybe the last game. I did talk about some things. I guess he's just trying to pay me back.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss right there. Some more high heat. You were ducking on that one, I think.
Yeah, I'm getting a little gun shy. There's no doubt about that. I'm afraid. Good thing his fence is here. But I tell you what, as hard as he threw that ball, I think
Oh, man.
About made it through it.
Yep. That one just missing the corner right there. So again, 3-2. Another full count pitch coming up right here.
I think he just needs to stay with the game plan. You know, kind of go up on him, and it looks like if he kind of goes up on the ladder on him, he might swing at it.
And a little low and outside right there for ball 4. So Garth is aboard here with 1 out. And in will step Nick Palmer.
Be interesting to see if how they play this, the White County, trying to get another runner in scoring position by bunting the pitcher here to move the runner over.
Outfield kind of guarding the lines here a little bit. Parks is over towards the line a little bit there. A lot of balls really been hitting the gaps today, particularly in right center field.
Right. That's due to Mickey's power pitching. They're not able to get around on it real good, but they're able to drive it to the outfield.
Strike right there called. Again, runner at first, 1 out here, top of the 3rd. White County with a 4-2 lead. And the 1-1 pitch. That one's in there for a strike. Good looking pitch right there, and Weaver jumps ahead 1-2.
That's what Mickey needs to do. He needs to get ahead of them and make them, guess on his pitch.
Weaver's really been strong all year long, brings some heat, but he can mix it up, has some other good stuff there as well. There's a shot into right field for a hit. Garst will hold up at second. Gill to that ball quickly. Gets it in there quick.
Good job by Josh Gill out there in the right field. He charged the ball real good and held him, the runner, to second base. Didn't give him an extra base. That's good. That's good fundamental defense.
So Jacob Fain, the right fielder, will step in there now. And again, first and second, and White County trying to start another rally here in the 3rd.
And that's another thing about, the outfield, and especially Josh. I'm just going to, talk about Josh since he made that play. He hit his cutoff man, and I noticed a while ago when he was throwing to home, he hit the cutoff man where he could catch it or not, or let it go through. And that's something that all you little leaguers need to understand how to play. You hit it where your cutoff man can catch the ball, and let the decision be made at that point instead of trying to go all the way home with it all the time.
Right. Because runners are advancing while that's happening, too, coming home like that.
Right. You can cut off another runner. If you can't get that runner there, the decision can be made. A lot of things can be made with a decision. If you can get the cutoff man can catch the ball, a lot of decisions can be made at that point.
Fain showed bunt on that first pitch. Let's see if he's squaring this time. This time he lays off, takes the cut, and bounces back to the fence. So 0-2, Weaver quickly ahead here.
That's a good job by Mickey. Just go after him. He showed a bunt the first time, and let him put the ball in play. He's wanting to give him an out. Let him, be an out. If not, just go after him. Don't get cute.
Jarek West holding the runner on there at second, trying to shorten up that lead by Garst. And now comes off, and the 0-2 pitch is outside there.
Yeah, Mickey kind of wound up on that one.
Yeah, almost looked like a pitch out.
Yeah.
Pretty close to it there, but again, a pitch or two to play with, but
right.
Still want to go after him here.
Right.
And West again behind the bag there at second. Will come off. Swing and a miss right there for strike 3. And a good hard fastball again from Weaver, and that is out number 2.
Yeah, there's a lot of heat on that one. Mickey's got, he's got good command of the movement of the ball. He just kind of missing, trying to be a little bit too fine maybe in spots, and but he's got some heat and he's bringing it.
So steps Brian Cantrell, the left fielder. Again, Weaver now with 5 strikeouts on the day here. As we mentioned, warming up and talking about a guy that typically gets stronger as the game goes on. He's one of them.
Yeah, we've seen him for the past couple of years just really get stronger as the game went on, and he doesn't get rattled too often, and that's good. That's good for him.
Get first and second, 2 out. 1-0 pitch, ground ball foul down the third base line there. Dale Manning gave it a look, and speaking of Dale Manning, another guy that has really, that worked his way into that lineup and has really come up, and whenever Weaver, of course, has is pitching, that leaves Manning, especially over at third. But he is really a guy that has worked his way into some playing time.
Oh, definitely. I didn't know much about him until this year, and I've had a lot of people tell me about him since the first game that we saw him. He's impressed me on everything. He doesn't have anything flashy, but he makes the plays and does a great job, and he plays smartly. And as a coach, that's a coach's dream, to have a player that knows what to do with the ball when he gets it.
That one to the backstop right there, and runners will indeed move up. So Garth now just 90 feet away.
That'd probably be an understatement if I said that one slipped.
Yeah. Palmer again, the runner at second now, and yeah, that one. Mickey's letting a couple of them get away from him here today to the backstop there.
Yeah, well, that right there wasn't a fastball. That one looked like he was trying to, I don't know what he was throwing, but it had a funny rotation on it. I saw that one. I didn't move too fast on that one.
There's a shot, first pitch swinging into center field for a base hit. Garth will score. Palmer around third, and no play. Two more come across the plate for White County, and the Warriors now lead at 6-2. That's a big hit right there from Cantrell.
Yes, unfortunate for the Bobcats, but that was a big hit for them. Good-looking swing on that one. Mickey just laid it down the middle, and he hit it where it's pitched.
Probably didn't think that Cantrell would be swinging on the first pitch, and typically when you got a pitcher that's kind of been in and out of the zone, sometimes you take that first one just to see where it's at, but he was swinging all the way on that first pitch.
Sure, I mean, that was in his zone, and that was exactly where his bat was swinging. It was a good piece of hitting, and also, unfortunate for Mickey.
Little outside right there, 1-0. Again, this is Nathan Reinhardt, the shortstop. As you get a look at Cantrell, now the runner at first, and he's 2 for 2 on the afternoon, a pair of base hits here.
This White County team, I'm impressed with their hitting. Each one of them, has quick hands, and that's where your hitting comes from. And they've been well coached, you can tell.
And a young team too, a lot of sophomores. In fact, only really one senior, one position player that's a senior for White County. So they're going to have a good bit of returning players next year, and a team that certainly is capable of jumping to the top 4, and a team that I guess is still kind of like the Gilmer Bobcats today, statistically alive, but another team that'll need some help.
Right. It's hard, and it's going to be hard for them to win as same as it would be for the Bobcats, but statistically, it can happen.
Reinhardt tried to hold a swing, but they say he went around there, so strike right there, and it's 2-1. We were trying to close out the inning right here. Has 2 outs. And a 2-1 pitch, a little low, and that one gets by, and the runner will head on down to a second there.
Yeah, Mickey kind of overthrew that one just a little bit. He's not able to close out the deal early in the game here, and I think Cody was thinking that ball was going to pop up just a little bit more than it did. It got by him.
Stayed on the ground there.
Right. Sometimes they hug the ground.
Yep. Cody's done a really nice job, though, of blocking the ball there, keeping it in front today. Both catchers have really worked nicely.
Right. That's all a pitcher can ask for. When you're not afraid to throw any of your pitches at any time, and your catcher's going to block everything that comes that way for the most part. Because sometimes it's going to slip by, but if you have the confidence in your catcher, it makes all the difference in the world to your pitcher. And Cody's done a great job today, as he has all season.
3-2 pitch coming up right here. And there's a shot into the gap in right center field. Once again, will fall in there. Gill trying to cut it off, but it'll roll to the fence. Cantrell comes around to score. Reinhardt around second, going to try to stretch it into a triple. Play into third, not in time, and he is in there. And Nathan Reinhardt with a 2-out triple scores another, and the lead is now 7-2.
Just out of the reach of Josh Gill out there in right field. I thought he was going to be able to get to it, but it just kind of took off on him there when he hit the ground, and just missed it.
Again, Reinhardt, the number 9 hitter in the lineup, but a shortstop, has got some pretty good speed, and he was already halfway to a second by the time that ball got to the fence there, and really strided it on out there. And that one rolls away there, but not far enough. Bearden keeps it close by there. Again, Reinhardt, again, the runner at third with that big triple.
Right. Cody did a good job of just making himself big to block part of it anyway. A lot of times when that ball hits the ground, you have no idea where it's going to, and catchers just have to make themselves big to get a piece of it.
1-0 pitch. Uh-oh, that one bounces away back to the screen, and Reinhardt will come on in there. Beard unable to find that one. That one really hopped up and back to the screen there. So 8-2 now as Reinhardt comes in. And White County able to sneak another run in there. You know, that's probably, going back to that triple there, as we mentioned, that's probably the, fifth or sixth ball that's been hitting the gap in right center field today by either team. Of the Cats, I think, have put a couple out there as well. Both pitchers with some good stuff, but the hitters going the other way a little bit have really found that area. And got to think, you know, Gill in right field, heck, might as well move them over there at this point.
Well, that's one of the things. And then Murphy takes over. You move them over, then they're going to hit it.
Go right down the line in right field. Yeah. Well,
so it's one of those things where, you know, you try to position your players the best you can, but sometimes, no matter what you do, you're not right.
Yeah. They have been able to find the gaps here today, particularly the White County Warriors, again, with that 6-run lead now in the third inning, but still early. We're still in just not even quite 2.5 innings into this game. Still plenty of baseball left here. We were trying to close the door here, though, in the top of the third. 3-1 count, though, on Brent Oliver, the leadoff hitter, who's 1 for 2 today.
Yeah, there's been a lot of extra base hits from by White County. I don't know how many it is, but they've been finding the gaps, and Mickey's been, you know, a little struggling. He hasn't had his best. He's not been as you know, overpowering as he has in the past, you know, few games. Don't know if it's from too much rest or what, but you know, got to give White County good credit, good coaching to the, you know, for the coaches to get that point across to the players to hit the ball where it's pitched.
3-2 pitch right here, ground ball to short. Chance for Derek West up with it, throws across and in time. Good strong throw there by West, and that'll do it for the top of the third. But once again, White County strikes for 4 more. They lead at 8-2 as we go to the bottom half of the third. Travis Taylor with a little bit of work in the Gilmer Bobcat bullpen here. As we go to the bottom half of the third inning, the Gilmer Bobcats trailing 8-2 right now and looking for some offense right now, though, as Josh Gill gets set to a step in there. He'll be followed by Derek West and Mickey Weaver.
Yeah. Bobcats got some good batters coming up right now with Josh, Derek, and Mickey. There's no way and shape or form out of this game so far.
Meanwhile, Justin Satterfield goes back to work, the lefty for White County. And again, Weaver throwing pretty strong here today. He's had some good pitches, but White County able to put the bat on the ball there, and that's why Taylor's working there. And more than likely, I would think right now Weaver probably stay in the game, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, unless something wrong with Mickey, I wouldn't see why he would want to come out of the game. He would want to try to work through all of his, you know, problems, you know, as far as pitching. But I don't think it's too early to pull him right now.
In the third inning being brought to you by Gilmer County Bank. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss right there by Gill. So 1-2. See the Bobcat Snack Shack there in the background. That's what it's called. It's a nice little little addition this year, I guess.
Yeah, the Booster Club, but the Gilmer County Dugout Club has done a great job working on the field and working on the concession stand, and that's a nice-looking little building.
Yeah.
A lot of people need to go visit it just for getting a snack, but it's actually well-built and well-organized. I was impressed when I looked at it. A lot more room in it than they've had in the past, you know, few years, and little thing they get set up sometimes.
Swing and a miss right there. Good hard ball there by Satterfield for out number 1. That's his third strikeout of the day. And Gill is retired, and in steps Derek West. All they need now is a souvenir stand where they could sell, you know, Bobcat bobbleheads and, you know, autographed baseballs and things like that.
Well, I'm sure that's in the works. They do have a little bit of a souvenir type stuff that they can sell, and they do sell.
Ground ball to short. West hustling down the line, but Reinhardt throws on to first for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down, and Mickey Weaver will step in there now.
Let's see if Mickey can't help himself out offensively. He's, you know, he's been concentrating a little bit on the pitching, but Mickey can help himself right here just by getting a base hit, not trying to do too much, but just getting on and getting it started.
Takes the first one for a strike there. Again, Mickey grounded out to first his first time up, but advanced a couple of base runners over in the process. And, of course, Cameron Banks double brought him in there in the first inning.
Right, fundamental baseball. That's a good out, like we talked about when he done it. There's good outs and there's bad outs, and that was a good out for Mickey and put the runners in scoring position. And Cameron drove them in.
Another guy that can leave yard in a hurry.
Oh, definitely.
He's got some pop.
Yes. Quick, compact swing.
1-1 pitch from Satterfield. Throws and misses outside. They're 2-1. It's been cloudy all day long, but it's been dry, and that's the main thing.
Yeah. If this game goes too long, my forecast might not be accurate. I might have to change it.
Ground ball, right side, and will reach right field for a base hit there. Poked that one right through the infield there, and a nice job by Weaver, who once again goes the other way.
Yeah, good piece of hit by Mickey. Hit the ball where it's pitched, and that's all you got to do. And I know Chad Forham, before the game, he told Mickey to get on base a lot because he was running for him. And so Chad's on the base now.
5 hits for the Cats here in these first 3 innings. 2 runs, and again, forehand, as you mentioned, the courtesy runner at first there with Cameron Banks up. Swing and a miss right there, pitch outside, so 0-1.
I've been real impressed with Chad. Give him a little bit of airtime right now. He doesn't get to play a lot, but he is the most vocal kid in the dugout.
Yeah.
When he's not on the field, and he's got a great attitude, and I know it's from from having good parents to instill that in him. But for some kids will pout about not getting to play a lot. You got to do what the team needs you to do. Not everybody can be a starter. Not everybody can be the best player or whatever else. But Chad's done a great job this year, just doing what the coaches have asked for him. And if nothing else, been a great cheerleader. I mean, he's cheering everybody on, and he's the first one out of the dugout most of the time to congratulate kids. And that's good. I like that in a kid.
He's the guy that didn't even play baseball last year. He was a golfer last year, played on the golf team, but came out for baseball this year and has made the most of his playing time, getting in there to run, and has certainly given the Cats some speed on the base paths this year.
Right, and when he's gotten in there to hit, he's done a great job hitting. He's a good little addition to the Bobcat team, and I know Coach Thurman's proud to have him to do whatever he needs him to do.
Let's talk about him being a little guy, but he mixes it up with the biggest guys on the football field, on a basketball court. He plays all those big guy sports, if you will, and hangs right in there with them.
I know it. I like that in a kid.
Ground ball to short. Reinhardt will take it himself into second for the force play, and that's it. So 1 hit, no runs for the Cats, and that's it for the 3rd inning. 8-2 on the Denson Heating and Air scoreboard. The White County Warriors on top. We'll be right back. Sun trying to make its way through the cloud cover here in Ellijay. As we go to the top half of the 4th inning, Dave Garner, Sid Pulliam with you on the ETC3 Game of the Week. And so far, the White County Warriors with the advantage. They lead at 8-2 on the Denson Heating and Air scoreboard. And the Warriors set to come back up here. Mark Umberger, Adam Kastner, and Jordan Finch are the 3 scheduled hitters due up this inning, as Mickey Weaver returns to the hill and gets set to go back to work here.
I'm sure Mickey don't want to go out on a bad note anyway, and we talked about that last inning, and he's ready to get it charged back up again this inning, start all over. And as a pitcher, you never want to come out of the game, even when you're doing bad, and Mickey wants us to stay in there.
Umberger 0 for 2 today, ground out to second, struck out back in the second. Looking for his first hit of the day. Fouls the first pitch off there, 0-1. One of the few guys, really, that hasn't reached base today for White County. Of course, Brent Oliver with the hit. Adam Kastner, the center fielder, with the double back in the first. Brian Cantrell, the left fielder, in the number 8 spot, 2 for 2 today. And, of course, Reinhardt with a triple. A couple of extra base hits today.
Yeah, White County has had a lot of extra base hits off Mickey. They've been finding the gaps, and for the most part, especially right center, Josh has been able to cut most of them off. But sometimes they just hit too hard for you to get over there.
A lot of real estate to cover out there, that's for sure.
Oh, definitely. That pretty grass is hard to get around on.
Yeah. Bounces away right there for ball, so 2-1. Again, the 4th inning of today's game being brought to you by Papa's Pizza to Go in Ellijay. Pizza worth driving for, and indeed it is. I want to welcome all the folks from Papa's Pizza to Go in Ellijay back with us here.
Yeah, good place to eat.
2-1 pitch, ground ball, backhanded by Casey Beard, throws on to first and in time. And boy, man, that play looked pretty easy right there.
Yeah, it was a hard play that he made look easy. Exactly right. But that's Cody. He's been solid all year long at second base, and it was it's a routine play to him.
And we talked about the middle of that infield and how well they've done this year. Casey and Derek turned a couple of double plays, as we mentioned, have really been solid up the middle there.
Yeah, the infield as a whole has been.
There's a shot deep into left center field. Gives it a look, but that ball is out of here. Home run on the first pitch from Adam Kastner. And the center fielder with a home run now to go along with that, the first inning double, 2 for 3 on the afternoon. And the lead is going to be now 9 on the Denson Heating and Air scoreboard. Parks looked up, but that ball beyond the American flag out there in left center field. A strong shot right there.
Yeah, there wasn't much doubt about that one. That kid has quick hands, and Mickey supplied a lot of the power to that from that fastball that he throws. And unfortunate for Mickey.
Kastner not a very big guy, and as we talked about, and kind of going back to guys like Chad Forehand and those guys that indeed don't have a lot of size. A lot of hitting, though, is really in the wrist and in the top of the bat there. And, bat speed, I guess, generates the power as well there. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change right here, though. Mickey Weaver's day, it looks like, is done. And Travis Taylor now will come on in and take over as the new pitcher for the Gilmer Bobcats. So, indeed, a pitching change right here made by Coach Jeff Thurman. In the top half of the fourth inning, Travis Taylor again will take over, and another left-handed pitcher right here for the Cats. So we'll have 2 left-handed pitchers in the ball game here.
Yeah, Travis has not pitched a lot this year for the Bobcats. I think maybe somewhere around 5 innings, maybe a little bit more. And but coaches used him when he needed him, and he's showing a lot of confidence in him right now. Just to maybe give him something different to look at. And a lot of times when you come in with a different pitcher, a little bit slower, and you got a hard thrower like Mickey, that makes all the difference in the world. And if you can get him around the plate, that's good.
Paul Taylor takes a couple of warm-up tosses. We'll go ahead and step aside and take a break. Again, 9-2, White County on top. We'll be right back. So Travis Taylor takes over as the new pitcher for the Gilmer Bobcats here in the top of the fourth. Close the book on Mickey Weaver, who went 3 1/3 innings, 8 hits allowed, 5 strikeouts, and just 2 walks on the afternoon there. But again, 9 runs, and that's the big spot right now on that Denson Heating and Air scoreboard. Again, White County, a solo home run from Adam Kastner, and that basically ended the day for Weaver right there as Coach Jeff Thurman handed the ball over to Taylor, who takes over here.
Yeah, Coach Thurman didn't want Mickey to pitch anymore, save his arm. He might need him at the end of the week or something, or start next week rather. We're at the end of the week, ain't we?
Yep. Once again, Papa's Pizza to Go and LJ, our 4th inning sponsor, and of course, some more baseball left here, and of course the rematch with the Pickens Dragons coming up next week right here in LJ. We'll have that ball game for you, and don't know, of course, the pitching matchups yet, of course, but you might see Weaver out there for that one. Or Lindsey May, or never know.
Yeah, Mickey just didn't have his best stuff today.
Ground ball to third. Weaver over 2/3, throws a little high right there, and that will allow Fincher to be on in there. So Weaver again off the hill there, took over for Dale Manning at third base, but Weaver a little high on that throw.
Yeah, he's transferred that pitch into the third base right now, but Mickey, he's a competitor. He's probably a little frustrated with himself a little bit and everything else, and he might have just been trying to, do too much right there on that throw also.
So in will step Mark Garst, the first baseman, 1 for 1 officially on the afternoon with a walk. Garst really does a nice job in that 5 spot of putting the bat on the ball there and really hits the ball pretty hard.
And that's all you can ask out of your number 5 hitter, your 3, 4, and 5 hitters, or your RBI type guys, and putting the ball in play is half the battle.
1 out, a runner at first, and the 0-1 pitch is fouled away. So 0-2, Taylor gets ahead here.
He's around the plate. That's good. This is a different look for the White County hitters also. He's not got the speed that Mickey did, and also he's coming from the other side of the hill, and so a different look all the way around.
Reaches out and pokes that one into left center field for a base hit. Parks up with it, and they will hold the runner there at second. That's number 16, Dustin Krantz, who came into courtesy run for Jordan Fincher, the catcher there. But a nice job by the outfield to quickly get that ball back in and hold Krantz at second.
Yeah, definitely good job by Troy to get to the ball real quick and hold him to the one base. And a lot of kids would have just kind of lollygag to the ball and give up an extra base.
Garst did a nice job there just to reach out and put the bat on the ball, kind of slung the bat at the ball there and got a piece of it and put it into the gap.
Sometimes good things happen to bad-looking swings.
So
and that was unfortunate for Taylor also. Good pitch for him, and the hitter just, done something with it.
Palmer, the DH, getting back in there. We're number 37. 1 for 2 on the afternoon, but 2 runs scored, reached on a fielder's choice. Back in the second there. 2 hits in the inning so far for White County, trying to add some more here in the fourth. 1 out, 2 on. Taking a look at the rest of the regular season for the Bobcats, of course, they've got West Hall still on tap. That'll be the next ball game, and then of course the rematch with Pickens up here in Ellijay. And a walk right there for Palmer, so that'll load the bases for right fielder Jacob Fain. Of course, the Cats will end the season, looks like on the road at North Hall, I believe.
Well, I'm sure North Hall would want to pay Gilmer back for their loss to them. And that was a good win for Bobcats. There was very good, enthusiasm after that win.
That one to the screen there. Runner stays put, though. That ball takes a nice little bounce right back into the mid of Cody Bearden there.
Yeah, biggest pole in the center of the thing. It happened to hit it.
And talking about North Hall, really a grasp on second right now for the most part, and Gainesville, of course, in that first spot. Pickens right now in third, and still up for grabs there in that fourth spot. It's been a tight region race this year.
Yeah, Gainesville, they were supposed to have a down year this year, but like we said earlier in the year, that Gainesville's down year is better than most people's good years. But it's been a close race all the way around. A lot of good teams in this region.
There's the 1-1 pitch right here. That one a little low. That one bounces away, but the runner stays put at third. Again, Krantz. Again, right now with some good bats coming up there. White County didn't want to take a chance on getting a runner thrown out at the plate right here and try to let the bats do the work.
Right. That's a good, and the coach might be saying, we're not going to try to, do too much right now. We've got a 7-run lead, and don't want to rub it in or just try too hard. Let the bats do it.
2-1 pitch. That one's a little low right there. Certainly no room to put anyone right now. Again, the base is loaded here. Travis Taylor battling a 3-1 count here with 1 out, and Jacob Fain, the right fielder, in there.
Nowhere to put him.
Maybe holding right here. Does take a shot, though. It's going to be foul down the third base line there. So full count, 3-2 with the bases loaded and a big pitch coming up.
Yeah, it'd be good to hit it back to the pitcher to get a double play started right there. That's always where you want it.
Start a 1-2-3 maybe.
Exactly. If we had to order one, that'd be a good one.
Krantz again, the courtesy runner at third, 1 out, bases loaded, 3-2 pitch, and there is a little number. Beard steps on the plate, and that'll be his only play right there, but a heads-up play by the catcher right there. Cody Beard makes the play, and that is a big out right there.
Excellent play by Cody. He could have had the runner, but he kind of slipped when he hit the plate, and then a smart thing. He wasn't set real good, so don't throw it. No sense taking a chance and throwing the ball away and having 2 runs score. And but smart play by Cody.
So Brian Cantrell, the left fielder, steps in there now. He's 2 for 2 on the afternoon. Has been the toughest out today. And again, the base is still loaded here, but 2 out, and Taylor trying to pitch out of it, starts him out with a strike.
I think it'd be best if Taylor stayed inside on him. He's got quick hands and everything, but he's not keeping them real close to him when he swings, and he likes to extend his arms, it looks like. So it might be conducive for him to stay in on him.
Taylor with another strike. That one right down the heart there. So quickly 0-2 here. As he gets ahead, showing some good control here. In relief, of course, of Weaver here in the top of the fourth and trying to shut the door here. Again, White County with the bases loaded. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing, and got a piece of it there to stay alive. Another good pitch right there, though. He's, we talk about you got a pitch to work with there, but he was coming at the plate.
Right, that's good. He's standing around the plate. He's not afraid of him, and he's pitching right after him. I like that.
Again, Garst, the lead runner now at third. And the 0-2 pitch once again is in there for strike three. Looking, Cantrell goes down for the first time today, and a big pitch right there by Travis Taylor, who comes in and does a nice job there to keep the Warriors scoreless upon his arrival into the ballgame. And that's it for the top of the fourth. Still 9-2, though, as we go to the bottom half, and the Cats looking for some offense. Cody Bearden set to lead things off for the Cats here, followed by Troy Parks and Casey Bearden. And Cody reaching on an error back in the first. And the Cats looking for some offense, trailing by 7 runs in this one right now. And still plenty of baseball left, but it's not getting any earlier, Sid, that's for sure.
No, the Cats need to start, this would be a good inning to start it in. They had the last inning, they just didn't get anything going. But they've got some good hitters coming up, and Cody's been very consistent all year. It'd be a good time for him to just keep being consistent.
Situation right now where you're not going to get it done with one swing of the bat, so basically you're looking to chip away. You're not necessarily looking for a 7 spot here in the fourth, but if you can get 2 or 3 runs here and 2 or 3 runs in the next inning or so, and maybe take that approach to it, and at least to try to work your way back into the game here.
Oh, exactly. You just one run at a time, one base run at a time. That's all it has to be.
Popped up right there again. Justin Satterfield remains in the ball game. That went up a mile high there. Umberger, the third baseman under it, puts it away. Yeah. Didn't know if that ball was ever going to come down right there.
Well, that mine brought rain.
Punched a hole in the clouds up there.
That was definitely a high hit ball. I couldn't see it. I was trying to, peek up there, but there was just no way of me seeing it.
So in steps Troy Parks. Strikeout victim his first time up. Back in the second. First pitch swinging, foul down the right side. Again, Dave Garner, Sid Pulliam with you. Again, Papa's Pizza to Go, and LJ, our 4th inning sponsor, on board with us today.
I do believe Satterfield's getting, stronger as the game's going on. He's been moving the ball in and out, up and down with the Bobcats real good, keeping them off balance. Cats just going to have to, make him straighten the ball out a little bit more and make him work a little harder.
And GHS with a pair of runs in the first inning, but have been somewhat quiet since then, just 2 over the minimum in the last few innings for Satterfield. And that one popped up right there into center field. Kastner under it, and it's out 2. No routine fly ball up here on the hill. That's for sure.
No, unfortunately, there's not even wind. But the outfield, if you hadn't been in the outfield of the Bobcats field, it can be an adventurous task to try to just run around in there. Your elevation changes from spot to spot.
Typically, it is pretty windy up here, but yeah, it's very, very calm today, and you typically do get a lot of wind. It's like a Wrigley Field up here a lot of times, but again, a very, very calm afternoon.
Right, it is. It's kind of hard to believe. It's like maybe it's calm before the storm.
Yeah, exactly. This is Casey Bearden right here, who's squaring the bunt. That first pitch there, Umberger, the third baseman, playing back a little bit. Casey maybe trying to reach base there, as we saw him lug out a infield hit back in the second. He does have some jets.
Yeah. Get on base any way you can, whether it's bunt, hit, get hit by the ball, walk. It don't matter. Just get on any way you can. Bobcats need base runners.
Satterfield, though, up 0-2, trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the fourth. And the 0-2 pitch, low and outside right there off the mark, so 1-2.
Yeah, it looks like he was just wasting one right there with the 0-2. I think it's good to waste a pitch, especially if you get ahead, but I like it to be a closer waste.
Yeah, the whole idea is that you try to make the batter maybe swing at something.
Sure.
Right out of the zone there.
Sure.
Foul that one back there to stay alive, 1-2. Get high school baseball on ETC3 with you as our spring schedule slowly wraps up here. Again, we've made it through the spring, and a lot of other sports going on. Of course, a couple of of the GHS girls track team members making it to state. A couple of the Pickens girls track team members at state as well. It's pretty good representation this year from the mountain schools. Of course, Pickens won the girls region championship by 2 points over Fannin, who of course won it last year. And they've got Alden Acker, who's a state qualifier in several events. She's always fun to watch. Of course, the boys also getting set for the boys region meet, and hopefully we'll have some good representation on the boys side as well.
Yeah, the mountain schools don't get a lot of airtime, you might say, from just the surrounding area about having a good track teams. But we're starting to really see a lot of good kids come out of the mountain area.
Rhonda Newsom, of course, the region champ. And the shot put for the Lady Cats. There's a shot into center field. That ball's going to get down, and Kastner makes the grab in center field. A diving catch for out number 3, and what an effort out there in center field by Kastner. A nice play right there. And Satterfield does send them down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 4th. Nothing doing as we go to the 5th. You're watching high school baseball on ETC3. Student body making their way out to the old ballpark today to check out the Gilmer Bobcats as we go to the top half of the 5th inning. Dave Garner, Sid Pulliam with you on the ETC3 Game of the Week. 9-2 White County on the Denson Heating and Air scoreboard as you get a look at Travis Taylor of the Cats getting set to go back to work here. Again, the Bobcats really in some need of some offense here as we start to get late, but right now Taylor's job is to keep White County from scoring any more to give the Cats a chance to catch back up.
Yeah, Travis did a good job that last inning when he came in. He gave up a walk or two, but he made the ball, put the ball in, around the plate, and they made the plays behind him.
Starts Reinhardt out with a strike right there. Again, Nathan Reinhardt with a triple back in the 3rd that scored a run, a 2-out triple. It found the fence in right center field. That one missing there inside. 1-1. Again, the 5th inning of today's game being brought to you by Regions Bank of Jasper. Bank anytime, anywhere with regions.net. And the 1-1 pitch. Blowing inside there, 2-1. A lot of cloud cover here today, but so far not a lot of moisture, and that's been the key here. We've been dry.
Yeah, and I still hold to my forecast. It looks like it might be a little worse now, but I still think it's going to hold off to the end of the game.
But we're getting to that point now where it's almost an official game if it does start raining, I guess.
Yeah, I think it. Well, have to be after this end, I think, technically.
Yeah, 5th. I think you got to play 5, even though they only play 7. I think
right.
you still have to play the 5 there. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong.
I believe you're right.
Reinhardt draws a walk to lead off the 5th inning here, and the Warriors have their leadoff man aboard. And now Brent Oliver will step in there. Reinhardt's been on base 3 times today.
unusual for your, number 9 hitter to be on base all the time, which is good. Because usually your number 9 hitter is not necessarily your best hitter, but you want all your players to be good hitters, and that says a lot about the team batting, order of this whole team, that there must be pretty good hitters up and down the line.
Well, you've got a guy that in reaching base, and here's Brent Oliver, who is the leadoff hitter, and that's really what you want out of your leadoff hitter, is a guy that is indeed on base there. So even if Oliver is not able to get on there, it's almost as if Reinhardt's that leadoff hitter basically in that number 9 spot and getting on there. So.
Exactly. Some people might think, why do you, if leadoff hitter's only a leadoff hitter maybe once in a game, but usually your leadoff hitter is the one that gets on base more often, and he's going to be up to bat more often. So that's the thing all about that. And he's got him if you get. Oh, he missed.
Oh man, snap throw down to first, strong throw by Cody there, but Banks, I think, unable to get the tag there, had to kind of whip around a little bit. Boy, that would have been close.
Yeah, I believe if he could have tagged him, he'd have got him.
3-0 though, right here. Oliver, more than likely taking all the way here, and is, but it's in there for a strike. Of course, Coach Jeff Thurman's first season as the head coach has been an assistant, though, with this program and taken over this year. That one also in there for a strike, so 3-0 becomes 3-2 here. Taylor fighting back.
Coach Thurman's done a good job this year. It's a tough situation your first year of coaching, and a lot of obstacles to overcome. But he's done a good job. I see a lot of positives in this team.
Ball 4 right there. That one upstairs. Very disciplined right there by Oliver to lay off that one, because those high hard ones have been hard to lay off today, especially. But back-to-back walks here for Taylor in the 5th inning, and Coach Jeff Thurman out of the dugout right now. And it looks like we're going to have another pitching change right here. Looks like Taylor's day will be done. Chad Forehand looks like a double switch here. Forehand going to come into the game, and it looks like Casey Bearden, the second baseman, maybe going to grab the pitcher's mitt there, and he may come in here and pitch, it looks like.
Yeah, Chad's going to get to use that little small glove that we talked about before the game.
May have a chance to turn a double play here right here though. That'd be certainly an opportune time to do it. It does look like Casey Bearden indeed is going to be the new hurler for the Gilmer Bobcats. So twin brothers, the battery here for the Cats coming up here.
And they've done this a time or two, I'll guarantee you.
Yeah, a little pitch and catch in the front yard right there.
That's right. Just you and me. It's just like we're at the house.
Casey going to take a few warm-up tosses here, and while he does that, we'll step aside once again. Again, Coach Thurman making the change right there. Again, top of the 5th, high school baseball on ETC 3. We'll be right back. Casey Bearden, the 3rd pitcher of the afternoon for the Gilmer Bobcats, will take over now. Travis Taylor officially going 2/3 of an inning. No runs, just 1 hit, 1 strikeout, but 3 walks and 2 walks here to start out the 5th inning without being able to record an out there, and that was enough to get him out of the ball game right there. Again, Taylor hasn't pitched a whole lot this year. First pitch swinging ball fairly deep into left center field, but playable and put away by Parks in left field for out number 1, and that's a big out right there. That ball was headed for the gap, but hung up there, and that allowed Parks to get under it. Cochran also in the neighborhood.
Yeah, that was good communication by Josh and Troy. Even though Troy, he kind of winced there after he caught the ball, like he was fixing to maybe get hit. But that's good communication, and both did a good job.
So Umberger is retired on the first pitch there, and in steps Adam Kastner, who has been really the most dangerous hitter of the afternoon with a double in the first, struck out in the second, but came back for a solo shot in the 4th there. So 2 for 3 today with a couple extra base hits there, and he's looking pretty strong. So indeed, Casey trying to bear down right here. Swing and a miss right there. Jumps ahead.
Yeah, he's doing a good job so far. He's putting the ball around the plate, and right now that's what the Bobcats need. No walks. You don't need extra runners on. It's hard enough to to get runners out when they hit the ball, much less give them a free pass.
Outside right there, so 1 and 2 again. Runners at first and second, 1 out here. Top of the 5th, being brought to you by Regions Bank of Jasper. Dave Garner, Sid Pulliam with you. Want to thank our ETC3 TV crew. Stephen Hames behind the controls here tonight. And the 1-2 pitch right here is a little upstairs and outside, so 2-2. Christy Holloway, Adam Chastain, Jana Holt on camera here tonight, along with Phil Harrington, Hewitt Rabel working the keyboard here this evening on the graphics. Big pitch coming up right here, 2-2. Swing and a miss right there, strike 3. And Casey Bearden with a big out right there, big strikeout.
Yeah, that's good. Casey's come in and got first 2 batters he's faced, out, and that's why Coach Thurman brought him in. He had to stop the bleeding somehow, and he didn't have time to wait for Taylor to work through it or anything. I mean, he's down already 7 runs, didn't need to be down anymore.
In steps Jordan Fincher, the catcher, cleanup hitter. It's been dangerous today and looking for his first hit. Again, brother throwing to brother right here. Casey Bearden throwing to Cody Bearden, the battery here for the Cats in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, Bobcats not only shorthanded in coaching, but they also probably don't know it that Cody also serves as a trainer on the team.
Yeah. Yeah, saw him taping up some players before the game there.
You got to do what you got to do when you don't have a big budget.
That's right. And as we mentioned, too, prior to the break there, Casey, of course, into the ball game, started the game in his usual position at second base, but Chad Forehand again taking over at second. 3-0 count right now, though, after getting a fly out there and then a strikeout. Fincher sitting at 3-0 right now, and the ball away here from perhaps loading up the bases with 2 out.
It'll be interesting to see if the coach gives him a green light to swing or just wants him to take.
3-0 pitch. That one's in there for a strike, 3-1.
Well, that was a take sign.
Yep. Holding up all the way right there.
Exactly.
And the 3-1 pitch is in the dirt right there, so ball 4. And the bases loaded once again as they were in the 4th. Cats were able to pitch out of it, though, without any damage there. But, again, trying to do it again right here in the 5th. And it looks like another courtesy runner. It's going to be Krantz, again, number 16, who comes in, and he will run for Fincher, again, the catcher.
Yeah, he's gotten some good playing time today, seems like. We've mentioned his name as a pinch runner several times.
One thing coming into this game that Coach Thurman was telling us is that walks have certainly hurt him this year, and really only 2 coming into this inning, but 3 walks this inning right here. And if they can close the door right here, those 3 walks aren't going to hurt very much. But if Garst is able to get the bat on the ball like he's done twice today, then those walks certainly going to catch up.
Oh, it definitely scares you as a coach when you start walking this many players in an inning. Somebody can get that big hit.
And there's a shot into straightaway center field, but it is playable for Josh Cochran, who's underneath it for out number 3. And a big inning right there as White County strands 3 more. 6 runners now stranded in the last 2 innings as we go to the bottom of the 5th. The Cats coming back up. Lindsey May, the DH, will step in there now for the Cats. The number 9 hitter in the lineup. It's a very deceptive number 9 hitter with a lot of power. And then, of course, back to the top of the order to Josh Cochran and Josh Gill here. The Cats again trailing 9-2 on the Denson Heating and Air scoreboard and in search of some offense right now, but Justice Satterfield has been strong. First pitch swinging high, drilled into center field to the fence, and that ball is out of here. A towering solo shot for Lindsey May.
I'm talking, Tyler.
Man, oh man.
I was just fixing to say that he might not need to swing for the fence, but go ahead, Lindsey, swing for the fence. What a towering shot.
Well, we talk about the offense, and that's a good start here in the bottom of the 5th for the Gilmer Bobcats. Again, 9-3 now on the Denson Heating and Air scoreboard. May congratulated by his teammates there at home plate, and Lindsey with several home runs this year. I'm not sure exactly how many he has here. We'll try to find that out for you. I think he had probably 4 coming into the ballgame, 4 or 5 coming into the game there, but May has certainly had a good season. In the 5th inning, being brought to you by Regions Bank of Jasper. Want to thank all those folks for being back on board with us here. Now, Josh Cochran steps in there. Looks like he had 4 coming in to the ball game, so we'll call that one number 5 on the season for Lindsey May.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a shot. The center fielder didn't know exactly till the end whether it was going over the fence or not, but I tell you what, it was high enough If that didn't bring rain, it ain't gonna rain.
Well, Kastner gave it a look, and it kind of froze him for a minute. So I wasn't sure that ball was so high. I thought maybe he got under it a little bit. It looked like Kastner was going to make a play on it, but he just kept drifting and drifting back to the fence, and finally ran out of real estate.
And that's 338 feet, and no wind.
Right.
That was all Lindsey on that one, because the pitcher's not, giving him that much, help with the speed of his pitches.
Josh Cochran, again, another one of those football players. 1 for 2 officially on the afternoon here.
But the Bobcats, just one run at a time, and that's good. That Lindsey started off with a home run.
Strike here, right there, though, looking, and that is Satterfield's 4th of the afternoon. So Cochran goes down for out number 1. And fired up, though, in the Cats dugout, though. A little chatter going on, trying to generate a little rally here. Figure it's still the 5th inning. They've still got, a few more at-bats. Anything can happen.
Right. It's still, no time to panic. And, that's talking with coaches prior to the game. Lindsey's solo home run was kind of where it's been. It's always been a solo home run. Nobody's ever been on base when anybody hits a home run. And you always want a 3-run shot, but it's not always going to happen.
That one on the outside corner right there. Quickly 0-2 on Josh Gill. Yeah, May hits a solo shot, and White County's left the bases loaded the last 2 innings without a run there. So it's kind of like if they could have had some of those base runners there, they really made that shot count.
Yeah, definitely. That would have been great to have bases loaded.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Upstairs, 1-2.
This is a good piece of pitching by the pitcher. I have to give him a little bit of credit on this one. He's been going away, then he comes inside, maybe setting him up to go back away again, and have him laying it out across.
Ooh. 1-2 pitch right there is in there for a strike, and Gill goes down looking for back-to-back strikeouts here in the bottom of the 5th. And after that solo home run there, Satterfield has settled down.
I'll tell you what, he's definitely throwing harder, at the end of the game. That curveball right there just froze, Josh Gill. And there's good pitching. He's getting a lot better as the game goes on. Have to give him all kind of credit.
So in steps Derek West to try to keep the inning alive right here for the Cats. 1-2 on the afternoon. 1 for 2 with a hit back in the 1st. And when you have that, 6-7 run lead like that, like Satterfield had, he's had the run support today, and that he hasn't had several times this year, and has pitched real well. He's their ace. But you can take some chances when you have a lead like that and throw some pitches in some different locations there. And that one right back to the hill there. And Satterfield, throws it away. West will round the bag at first. He will be at second at least, and he may come on over to third. He will. Garst throws it back into the infield. Strong throw over there, but not in time, and West makes him pay for it right there as he gets all the way around to third, and it looked like after the home run, Satterfield was going to go 1-2-3 there, but that throw to first got away.
Yeah, a little easy throw to first base. Sometimes the routine plays are not as routine as they should be, and good job by Derek West on that one. He, I don't know if he knew a scouting report on the first baseman, but the first baseman wasn't even thinking about getting him out at third. And Derek just, huffed all the way around, and it surprised the third baseman that he ran. Good job.
So Weaver in there now. Mickey with the chance to spark that offense here. Again, a run just 90 feet away. There are 2 out in the inning, but a base hit brings in another.
Moral victory right here to get the run in. Bobcats could use it right now.
And Fincher, again, the catcher's got to be awake, too. If that ball's in the dirt and bounces away, you got a speedy runner at third and West who can come on in there.
Definitely. We'll see how, conservative Coach Thurman is, if he's ready to, get the run any way he can.
2-0 count right here. Weaver patient at the plate. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And there's a shot foul, hit hard down the right side there. So 2-1.
Mickey's still in the driver's seat. He can still look at the pitch in his wheelhouse, and if he gets it, he can rip it.
Garst made a strong throw. He's basically down in the right field bullpen there, but he threw it too late, and that throw actually came in there to third. If he throws that ball right away, it's a close play there.
If he throws it right away, he's out.
There's a little number. It falls into play there, and it's going to be throws on to first, and in time.
What a play.
Wow. Boy, you don't see a play like that very often against Satterfield going over towards the line, misses the tag, reaching around him. Weaver able to somehow dodge the tag, but throws on to first anyway, and they get him.
Excellent play. Good concentration and presence of mind to even do that. Great play by the pitcher.
Well, that's it for the fifth inning, but the Cats do strike for one on a towering solo shot from Lindsey May. 9-3 on the Denson Heating and Air scoreboard as we go to the sixth. We'll be back in a moment. We go to the top of the sixth here, again in LJ. Dave Garner, Sid Pulliam with you on the ETC3 Game of the Week. High school baseball, the theme here today. And Casey Bearden set to go back to work for the Gilmer Bobcats on the hill. He's the third pitcher of the afternoon. Came in the fifth inning and set him down there. Again, White County has left the bases loaded their last two offensive innings. Meanwhile, the Cats still looking for some offense. Got that home run from Lindsey May, but again, a solo shot, which has been the case a lot this year, and still a six-run ball game right now at 9-3.
Right. So right now the Cats can just hold them where they're at, and then come back in at the bottom of the inning and try to peck away at it. You only got two more innings, so it's getting late.
Nick Palmer, the DH, in there for the pitcher Justin Satterfield today, and again Satterfield still out there hurling away for White County. Has been very impressive here, and more than likely will stay in the ball game as we start to get late here.
Yeah, this has been a long game. The field don't have lights on it. If we don't hurry up with a cloud cover,
yeah,
it could get dark in a hurry.
Yeah, it'll get dark real quick. White County again leaving the bases loaded the last two innings, and their offense really hadn't been there much coming into the game in the last few weeks. Coach Bailey was talking about, they just weren't hitting the ball lately. They've certainly done it today, threw up a non-spot, and really leaving the bases loaded like they have without a run in the last two innings. It has to make you wonder if they are able to get one of those big innings. We may not be playing right now in the sixth inning, maybe looking at the run rule, but the Cats have been able to get some pitching in some key moments, and they've been able to keep the game going, and still a couple of bats left. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. The Bobcats have gotten that key out when they needed it.
Weaver, long throw across the diamond, but there on the mark for the first out.
That's good. That's good play by Mickey. The first chance he had, he kind of overthrew it, and this time he knew the runner, took his time, and made an accurate throw.
Jacob Fain, the right fielder, in there now. Again, the sixth inning of today's game being brought to you by Fast Track, ETC's high-speed internet. That one a little low right there, 1-0. Again, Fain getting the start in right field today. White County, of course, making their second appearance right here on the ETC3 Game of the Week. Had them on last week. Of course, the Warriors out of Cleveland, Georgia. And the team that you sometimes, when you talk about the mountain schools in this area being, Gilmer, Pickens, Fanning, sometimes you kind of forget about White County sitting out there, too, right above that Hall County area where all the rest of the teams are at. And that one falls into center field for a base hit right there by Fain, who takes the turn at first.
Right. Yeah, White County is one you do kind of forget about. And there used to be be a pushover in most all the sports, but they've gotten their programs, straightened out in the past, little while, last few years, and they've got some, good football program and a good baseball program. They're headed on the right track.
So here's Brian Cantrell, 2 for 3 on the afternoon. That's that right there. As we mentioned, a program that had struggled there for a while on the baseball diamond, but it has turned it on here, and a young team this year, 10 wins so far this year, and still mathematically alive for the fourth and final playoff spot. This is a big game today.
They've got some good-looking ball players. They might have been struggling the last few games in hitting, but they're disciplined. For the most part, they're really very disciplined at the plate, and they know the strike zone, and they might swing a few high pitches, but off the plate and everything, they're doing a good job.
Throw to first. White County with some movement down in their bullpen. It looks like Umberger, the third baseman, number 27, warming up down there. So we may see a pitching change. If anything, they might just keep him warm right there in case Satterfield gets into some trouble, or maybe bring him on there in the seventh.
Right. You don't want a pitcher to come in cold, and that's exactly probably what they're doing.
2-1 pitch. Misses, so 3-1. We talk about that region race, and of course Gainesville being somewhat down this year, but as you said, still a down year, and Gainesville still a pretty good year, and this was kind of the year that if you were going to beat Gainesville, this was probably the year to do it. But that's been a tough task for the rest of the region still this year, even with them apparently, being a little bit down. They've still rolled right along. And, of course, North Hall has jumped up. And talk about a school that's really improved the sports programs. The football, of course, has come around. And I know the golf looks like they're headed to state as well on the boys' side there. And, of course, the baseball team's really picked it up, too.
Yeah, they've got all-around good programs there. They do it right, and they've got a little bit more money to put into it than some of the mountain schools do. And that's like Gilmer, we seem to struggle to get enough money to field baseball teams.
Little hit and run right there into the gap at right field there. Fain will head on around second because he was running all the way, and will stop at third. And will hold up, throw back to third, and they nearly got him off the bag. They're a little too far. But runners will be on the corners here with one out. And Brian Cantrell is 3 for 4 on the afternoon with 3 hits, 3 singles.
Hey, this is a good-looking hitter, too. He's hit the ball hard every time, and he's got a good idea of what the strike zone is. Cats have had a little bit of trouble, keep getting him out.
Reinhardt had a clutch hit in that ball game last week on the game of the week. Scored 2 runs that nearly tied it up. Of course, White County left the tying run at third in that game. There were steps in there now. Runner going down to second. Double steal there. Cut off, throw back to the plate, and not in time as Fain scores. And so another run comes across right there, and it's 10-3. Very aggressive on the base pass today have been the White County Warriors.
Yeah, that's aggressiveness pays off. A lot of times, sometimes it can hurt you, but in this situation right here, being aggressive, pays off. I don't know if I'd have thrown through on that one, but there's other plays you can do, but sometimes hindsight's always 20/20.
Well, Coach Thurman's out there talking right now with the infield, and it makes me wonder if somebody probably wasn't supposed to come up and cut that ball off a little bit.
Right. That would have been the ideal, especially after the last time it happened. You wouldn't think they'd want to, chance it again.
Coach Bailey certainly with the green light today on the bases, and White County has been very aggressive. A couple of double steals like that here today. So again, Reinhardt in there now with a 1-0 count. Has already tripled today and scored twice. As we mentioned, has been on base 3 times today. Throw to second, and back in sliding is Cantrell.
Yeah. Keep him honest.
Yep.
I like that.
Also want to mention, too, that looks like Fannin High School's got a new football coach, Ron Harbin. The head coach is retiring, officially made the announcement just prior to spring practice. There's a pickoff play back to second, and, man, West nearly got the glove down in time that time. Close play there.
That was real close. That's good, good move by Casey.
Instead, of course, Harbin retiring, and Clark Drennan, who was the defensive coordinator there for a few years under Harbin, is now the new head football coach at Fannin. Another pickoff play, and that one close as well. Boy, I tell you what, Casey's really wanting that. He's wanting that out right there.
Yeah, he's tired of coming home, so he wants to get him out at second.
So 1-0 count right here as you get a look in on Casey. Check the sign again. Derek West going to stay right at the bag there. High and inside right there. And again, in a situation like this, you don't want to get too consumed with that runner at second. You really want to focus on the hitters.
Right, and that seems to be what's going on. Looks like they're losing their focus just a little bit right here. Need to bear down and
3-0 the count, yeah.
Get the runner. Get the batter.
Reinhardt more than likely going to hold up right here.
Yeah, there's no sense in swinging at this one.
And high, so ball 4. And Reinhardt's at first with 1 out. So back to the top of the order, and again, Brent Oliver steps in there now. Boy, that's the 4th Reinhardt on base today for the 4th time in 4 at-bats.
Well, the White County teams are trying to load the bases once again, I think, and if they can't get it done this time.
That one missing there, and Casey a little bit off the mark right here. He's missed inside.
Yeah, he's kind of aiming the ball, looks like. He's trying to wheel the ball over the plate.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to get a strike doing it that way.
That one in there for a strike right there. Oliver 1 for 3 on the afternoon with a walk. It's been a monumental season, though, this season. You know, we're getting towards the end of the school year. School getting out a little earlier, starting up a little bit earlier. Of course, the first football game this year is August 20th. They moved the football season up 2 weeks. So not a lot of school left either. Baseball playing right down to the end of the school year, and it has certainly been a monumental year for Gilmer High athletics with the start of the fast-pitch softball program and, of course, the soccer starting up as well, and, of course, high school volleyball starting as well.
Right. I like the extracurricular activities, all the kids. I mean, I'm a firm believer in giving the kids something to do, whether it's sports, band, drama, FFA, FHA, whatever. But it's, you know, keep the kids busy. And I think you keep them out of trouble when you do that.
Yep.
And I like to see all the sports coming into play.
Shot into right field, a base hit right there. They're going to wave the runner at third. Ball booted momentarily. Gill up with it, throws it back into the infield. 1 run will score. Throw to third. Not in time. Reinhardt in there safely as Cantrell scores. And the lead is now 11-3 for White County. Nice hit going the other way there for Oliver. That's his 2nd hit of the day.
Right. He hit it where it was pitched. You know, that was a good job of hitting on his part. You know, Josh Gill bobbled the ball there, but he still, you know, made the right decision. He threw home to the cutoff,
right,
and let the decision be made right there where to go with the ball, and almost got the runner at third.
So still just 1 out in the inning, and White County with runners on the corners. This is Mark Umberger, the third baseman, who was warming up a while ago in the bullpen down there. Chance perhaps that he may come in and pitch the bottom half of the inning, but we'll have to wait and see. Be hard to believe with the way Satterfield's throwing, but you never know with this lead right here. They may want to save Satterfield for another game.
Right, exactly. No sense in giving him too much work.
And there for a strike right there. 1-1. Again, top of the 6th on the ETC3 game of the week. Getting late here. Again, the Gilmer Bobcats and White County Warriors going at it. And the 1-1 pitch misses off the corner there. 2-1.
Casey wanted that one, but it did look like it was off the plate a little bit. When you're up there struggling, a lot of times you won't ever pitch, and it's just not going to happen sometimes.
Runner going, throw down to third, though. Oh, it gets into left field over the glove of Mickey Weaver, and Reinhardt will come on in to score. And in the process, Oliver over to third will swipe 2 bases because he was running. He was stealing to a second, and Cody throwing down to a third there, but Weaver unable to get up for that one, and so Oliver goes from first to third on that exchange there as well. Another run comes in, 12-3.
Yeah, probably a little ill-advised throw there. Cody just trying to make something happen. Can't blame him for that, but you know.
And I don't know what's going on right here. It looks like the home plate umpire has told Coach Thurman to have a talk with Cody Bearden right here. I'm not sure exactly what's going on.
I think he's out. I think he said give me another catcher right here.
Wow.
If that's the case, it's unfortunate.
So it looks like there will be a change here made perhaps, and it looks like that Cameron Banks, of course, was playing first base. He went into the dugout, so he may be the new catcher here, and it looks like Chumley is going to come in and play first base, so it looks like Banks will indeed be the new catcher.
Yeah, I think Banks is one of the backup catchers. I don't know. There is another one also, but Banks is definitely one of the backups, and he'll do a good job.
So a forced move right here, I guess, and we've seen a little bit of everything today in this one. I tell you what, I'm speechless.
Yeah, I'm just kind of trying to think of something to say myself. You can't hardly, you know,
You don't typically see something like that where a fielder is. You mean sometimes you see a batter or something argue call, or you see a pitcher, of course, argue call, but typically you don't see right in the middle of a count on a hitter. You typically don't see a player lifted like that.
Right. He must have said something right there at the plate, and I could see Cody getting a little frustrated right there with some of the pitches and all that, and Cody just kind of lost it there for a few minutes, and I'm sure he's going to look at it later on tonight and regret doing it. But like I said, it's unfortunate.
So looks like Banks will indeed go from first to behind the plate there, and he might take a couple of warm-up catches there. We'll keep the action right here for you again. Dave Garner, Sid Pulliam with you on the ETC3 Game of the Week, and Mark Umberger set to come on in and resume the 3-1 count that he has right now in the situation. Basically, you've got a runner at third for White County, and of course that's Brent Oliver, the second baseman, who reached on a hip and of course stole second and went to third on that throwing error from Cody Beard. And Cody obviously frustrated with that and with the outcome today. He's a competitor, and that ball went into left field there, and obviously wasn't very happy about that. So
right, he's just, like I said, he's just a little frustrated and lost his focus, and he's going to look at it later on this evening and probably regret it. But he can take consolation knowing he's not the first one to get thrown out today. Coach Rodney done that real quick.
Yeah, I tell you what. As we said, we've seen a little bit of everything here today, and we didn't even have to wait for the game next week. And we always talk about, you get everything in a 5-15 rivalry matchup, and it's just, it's one of those things where we didn't have to wait for that today. We've actually seen it here today in this one against White County.
And that's unfortunate for for Cody too, because I mean you got Pickens coming up next week, and according to the rules, he's probably going to have to miss that game also, and so that's tough for him. But you got to pay for your crime.
Yep. And it looks like the umpires. It looks like we're ready to play, but the umpires are still over at the fence, over at the Gilmer Bobcat dugout, talking things over with Coach Thurman, and maybe talking over with some of the players over there as well.
Looks like might have an administrator over there. I can't tell. I can't tell who they're in there talking to.
Well, it looks like we're ready to go back to work here. Again, top of the sixth, dragging right along.
Yeah. Well, we've had a couple.
This game has done that. That's for sure.
Right. If we just keep dragging long enough, we can call it for darkness.
Exactly. Well, White County, as we mentioned, has had the bases loaded in the last two innings and did score a run. But this inning, they haven't had the bases loaded, but they've plated three here so far, and there's only one out in the inning, and you have that runner at third, and so they're looking at maybe making this a 10-run game right here, possibly, if they're able to get that run in there.
Yeah, it's mercy rule.
Ground ball to short. Derek West going to throw to first, and they do get the out, but Oliver does score, so indeed a 10-run lead right here on the Denson Heating and Air scoreboard, 13-3, and that'll clear the bases right there.
Yeah, the Bobcats are going to have to really work in the bottom to keep going to the seventh if they want to keep the game going. And that's just nothing but for pride.
Ground ball foul. Again, this is Adam Kastner, who has a home run of his own today, a solo shot back in the fourth. So a couple of balls have left the park here today, even without a breeze.
Yeah. This kid right here's got a good swing. He's got strong wrists, too. You can tell by looking at him. And that was how, the bat speed, generating the bat speed, and, of course, the pitcher's velocity that he's throwing helps you out tremendously also. But that's just getting the bat head through the hitting zone real quick. You can generate a lot of, bat speed. You can hit a long ways. Small kids can.
Yeah. Foul ball hit sharply past the White County dugout, past Coach Bailey down there at third. Six hits on the afternoon for the Cats. 12 hits, it looks like, so far for White County here. 0-2 count. Casey Bearden trying to close the door here with two out in the inning and nobody on. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss right there for strike 3. And the top half of the 6th inning finally comes to a close, but the Warriors again played 4 runs. They lead it 13-3, and the Cats, facing the run rule, they need 1 to keep it going as we head to the bottom half. Cameron Banks to lead things off for the Gilmer Bobcats here as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning, being brought to you by Fast Track, ETC's high-speed internet. Dave Garner, Sid Pulliam with you on the ETC3 Game of the Week. And man, oh man, I tell you what, we have seen a little bit of everything this afternoon here, and maybe hoping to see a little offense right here from the Gilmer Bobcats. They've certainly got their work cut out for them as Justin Satterfield goes back out there for White County, and the Warrior ace, I tell you what, he's really been on here today. Hasn't made that many mistakes, and trying to maybe close it out right here. Ground ball, though, into left field for a base hit under the glove of Umberger, and a good start right there. Banks with his 2nd hit of the afternoon.
Yeah, Cameron's looked real good against him. Satterfield's done a great job keeping the batters off stride, off balance. And Cameron done a good job right there of hitting, and that's just one base runner at a time. That's all it takes.
Chumley takes over in the 6th spot in the batting order, and he will hit right here. Again, Chumley coming in to play first base with Banks going behind the plate. And first pitch, swing and a miss right there, strike 1. Again, Chumley, as you can obviously tell, is a big guy. He's got some power, and he puts the bat on the ball there. It might go a while.
Right, he can get something behind that, the swing and everything else. He can just, get a 2-spot on here real quick.
0-1 pitch. There's a little upstairs right there, 1-1. Again, Banks the runner at first.
This will be a telltale sign of these Bobcats and what Coach Thurman can do, help them to get the composure back. If they can just score a run and keep the game going, it's it's a moral victory for them, and they're playing for pride right now, and that's something they got to have, and continue to work hard no matter what the score is right here, and all the adversity that they've had to go through the whole game, be it some by umpire, be it some brought on by themselves.
2-1 pitch, swing and a miss right there. Had a good cut. Came up empty though, so 2-2. Runner at first, and the 2-2 pitch, and there's a shot. Foul out of play to the right side there. Chumley stays alive.
Went deep to the gym. Wrong direction.
That's right. 2-2 pitch once again is upstairs, 3-2, so Chumley making them work here a little bit. Little chatter from the Bobcats trying to keep this thing going here.
Well, that's good there. Still got some enthusiasm.
And the 3-2 pitch on the way is in there for strike 3. Chumley goes down looking and trying to take right there to maybe earn a trip to first base there, but Satterfield able to connect for the first out.
Yeah, and that was right down the middle. I'm sure looking back on it, he would have wished he'd have swung at it.
So in steps Troy Parks, the left fielder, who's officially 0 for 2 on the afternoon. He flew out to a center a while ago, but hit the ball pretty hard.
Yeah. He's a good-looking hitter.
Ground ball. Chance for 2, perhaps, but the throw is wide and into right field. Banks on his way to third, and he will have it. And the Cats with runners on the corners here, and one of the few outs that we've seen on the afternoon. It's been a pretty well-played game. That's only the, looks like the second out of the day for White County, but a costly one right there.
Yeah. Like I said a while ago, the routine plays are sometimes not routine.
So in steps Casey Bearden right here. Bearden 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Looked like he was easily going to be 2 for 2, but was robbed in center field by Kastner on a diving catch out there. It looked like that ball was going to fall in back in the 4th, but nonetheless 1 for 2 and a chance to play to run here.
Excellent play by him, when he caught that.
That one missing low right there. 1-0. Cats with something working right here in the 6th inning.
Well, they need one run to keep it going to the 7th, and but they just need to, one run at a time, and you never know.
And the 1-0 pitch, ground ball, and it's foul over there. Garst, the glove on it about a foot or two to the right of that line there, so runners will retreat.
He's a tall kid at first base, and that's be hard to get a chopper over his head.
Yeah. Have to get the ball up in the air for sure. Cameron Banks again, the runner at third, just 90 feet away here with one out. Swing and a miss right there for strike two.
I guess with Cody out of the game, there's no trainer in the game either.
Anything, yeah. If anything happens, yeah.
Won't have anybody to take the kids.
Yeah. Casey got a piece of that last one back to the screen there. Stay alive, 1-2. And Justin Satterfield has tossed a good game here. He's got 6 strikeouts, rather, on the day. Allowed just those 3 runs. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Is upstairs, 2-2.
Yeah, he's definitely gotten stronger throughout the day, and he's not had to struggle hardly any inning. He's, been on the pitch, pretty well what he wants to do the whole game.
2-2 right here. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And Bearden goes down right there. Swinging, had a good cut, but just couldn't quite connect. And so now the Cats with that runner at third, but down to their last out here. But in steps Lindsey May, who had that solo home run back in the 5th, 1 for 2 on the day. And a guy right here that can indeed do it with one swing. And if he is able to get a hit right here, then we'll keep on playing.
Right. Lindsey's been clutch all season, and this will be a good time for him to continue that roll.
Inside corner for Satterfield starts him out with a strike 0-1. And coming up immediately following today's game, it's the Jasper TV and Appliances post-game report. Sid and I will wrap things up today, and there's a lot to wrap up, that's for sure.
A lot to talk about.
Ground ball, but foul to third, so Satterfield quickly jumps ahead here, and the Cats down to their final strike.
Well, maybe we can do that post-game, here in a few more minutes away. But maybe Lindsey can get a hit right here and keep us going.
Two outs, 2 on, and the 0-2 pitch is upstairs, 1-2. Satterfield set. May stands in. Runners at the corners, 2 out. And there's a shot into the corner in left field, down the line, and it's going to be a foul ball, and that one off the fence and left. He got all of that one right at the 312 marker, but just a few feet foul. And boy, May, I tell you what, it looked like he was going to have his second home run of the afternoon right there.
Oh, that'd have been great for him and for the team. He just kind of got a little bit ahead of that one, and he looked like he hit it with his one hand almost.
Yeah.
That was a good little poke.
Yeah, it looked fair off the bat, but boy, that ball must have had some spin on it. So
Yeah.
1-2 right here, and Satterfield came inside that time, but May did a nice job to stay alive right there, pull it in on the 5th.
Right, done a good job, exactly, Dave. He pulled his hands in and was able to get the bat head, on the ball, get a piece of it to fight it off. That was a good job of hitting by May.
So here we go again. Corners with 2 out, and the 1-2 pitch is a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is going to do it. Satterfield strikes out the side in that inning. And he will finish the afternoon with 8 strikeouts, and that is it. Again, the final score 13-3 on the Denson Heating and Air scoreboard. The Cats and Warriors going at it here this afternoon. We'll take a timeout and be right back with the Jasper TV and Appliances post-game report. Stay with us. Welcome back to Ellijay and the Gilmer Bobcats taking on the White County Warriors today. And this is the Jasper TV and Appliances post-game report. Again, Jasper TV and Appliances, your North Georgia headquarter for electronics and appliances. Again, Dave Garner, Sid Pulliam with you right here. And as you get a look at the White County Warriors victorious here today by a score of 13-3 in 6 innings. And just not the Cats' day as we take a look at the final numbers. Again, White County pounding out 12 hits on the afternoon. The Cats with 7, but only able to generate those 3 runs. Their solo shot from Lindsey May on the afternoon. Really the bright spot there, the Cats with 2 runs in the first inning, but that was basically it. If it's one positive, really only just 1 error today, a fairly clean ball game, but well over 2.5 hours here today, and just a lot of action.
No, definitely. There's a lot of walks killed the Cats again, and they made some some mental mistakes along the way, and they've just unable to overcome those mistakes. Not many errors, but just like I said, the mental ones really hurt them. And you got to give Satterfield credit too for the pitching. He kept them off stride and done a great job, and the bats wasn't there, and they couldn't string enough hits together in a row to make any headway on them.
Adam Kastner also had a solo shot for White County as well back in the 4th inning. That was the only run there. But really the story of the afternoon for White County again was Justin Satterfield, who went the distance, 6 innings pitched, and again 8 strikeouts in the afternoon with 3 runs there. Had good control. In fact, no walks, it doesn't look like, for Satterfield on the afternoon. Just really did a nice job there. That's all you can say, and had some good defense behind him as well. And that's basically going to wrap things up. The Cats with a ball game next week against the Dragons, and that'll be our season finale right here on ETC3, and hope you'll join us for that one. And should be a fun one. Again, the rematch here in LJ. And Sid, I've enjoyed working with you today, and hopefully you'll be with us next week. And looking forward to wrapping up the season on a good note, and it should be a good game.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it today. The next week's game against Pickens and Gilmer, that will be that might not be much for Gilmer, just depends. But I guarantee it's going to be a exciting game.
Without a doubt, without a doubt. Well, that's going to wrap things up for the Jasper TV and Appliances post-game report for our entire ETC3 television crew and for Sid Pulliam. I'm Dave Garner saying so long, everybody. We'll see you next week.